Welcome, my people. Welcome to UncivILLized episode 5. All right, we back in the building. We had a nice long stream last night. Saw a bunch of disturbing shit and reacted to it. I'll be clipping those up and putting those on the channel ASAP. Hopefully everything sounds right. We're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna let whoever comes in come in. Whoever rides out ride out. We're gonna react to a couple of things that are happening on the internet. If you have yet to subscribe to the channel, please do. Hit the like button. That helps us out a lot as well. With that said, aliens are real, y'all. They done broke it down. They done gave us the information we needed to know. And they done showed us the body now. Or what looks like a mummified version of the body. Who knows how long that thing's been around. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. And that's it. We're going to kick it for a little while. We're going to kick it for a little while. All right, man. Let's see what's popping with this alien jump off.
Scientists in Mexico pulling back the curtain on what they believe are aliens and put 2 of those corpses on display. Take a look. These small mummified specimens were unveiled at Mexico's first ever UFO hearing yet.
That's the little buddy that was in dude's head in Men in Black or in the cat or whatever.
Yesterday. Yeah, it looks like E.T. You're right.
Definitely looks like E.T. Kind of looks like clay getting formed with thumbs around this point. Or I'm just a cynic, and that right there is the master of the universe.
Alleged alien corpses were found in Peru. They're believed to be 700 to 1,800 years old.
When did they find them?
They had 3 fingers and elongated heads. X-rays of the aliens were also shown, and experts say one of the bodies has eggs inside of it. Maybe we could have alien babies.
A lot going on in Peru.
Yeah.
He said maybe we could have alien babies. Real funny, buddy. This one's smiling. Got a smile in his face. I don't know. All I know is that years upon years upon years, they denied. Now everybody's happy to run their mouth and show their alien artifacts. And that makes me feel like they're lying. Because everybody does what they want to do in their time, in due time.
Right. So is this real?
In their
Do
due
people
time.
believe this?
I don't know.
As Leslie Lopez says, we want DNA samples.
Salute.
Yeah.
Rest in peace
And
to
we're
that
eventually
alien.
going to find out that aliens look nothing like we think they look. It look nothing
They
like
look exactly like what you think they look. Looks like the same gray alien that you've seen in every movie and TV show in the 20th century.
It looks like a stone carving. It really does.
It does.
What is that?
I don't know.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content.
I remember oh no, they put his picture up as a suspect on a meme video or something. That was funny. I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are selling us with this.
Well, tomorrow.
I don't know what these guys are selling us with this little alien buddy. What killed him? Where'd they find him? They dug him up?
Well, tomorrow, NASA set to release the findings of a
That's another thing I want to look up too. I've made it my business to not watch these UFOs that they declassified. I've been making it my business to not watch it so that we could watch it here together. So I'm gonna look for that too.
anticipated report on unidentified anomalous phenomena, also known as UAPs. Now, it comes as Mexico holds its first ever hearing on UFOs, with scientists putting on display what they claim are the remains of 2
Now, I'll tell you what it does look like. It looks like the little creature that Bob Lazar, well, no, it wasn't Bob Lazar. It was the other guy. I got to get his name. It was another little creature that this dude was trying to say, and it looked a lot like that one.
Terrestrials. News Nation's Joe Khalil joins us live with these developments. Joe, this is some big news.
Yeah, Kelly, we got big news on multiple fronts here globally on the UFO story. So let's start with NASA that you referenced off the top here. Tomorrow, the agency...
Oh, so you see that little Men in Black alien over there, man? That's little buddy that was in dude's head.
...is going to be releasing its findings on UAPs. Because of significantly increased reports and sightings Last year, NASA put together this team to study the phenomenon, figure out what's real,
Now,
what we know.
All this time, now NASA's studying. What happened to NASA? Didn't y'all lose? Y'all lost the space shuttle, right? Elon Musk had to bring that back to life. But y'all should have been on this UAP stuff. That's why I don't believe these fools.
And what is still a mystery. And after almost a full
UAP, it's
year,
not UAP, it's UFO, bro.
we are going to finally get that report tomorrow. Now, before that, we expect NASA officials, including the head of the agency, Administrator Bill Nelson, they will be briefing reporters on their finding as well. We are going to hopefully be there, be able to ask.
Because we also got that new whistleblower. I forget his name too. I'm gonna look into him too. But he's talking about, you know, our United States government has you know, remains of alien beings and downed UFOs and all kind of stuff that they've been trying to reverse engineer for years. And he blew the whistle on all that.
We spoke exclusively today to UFO researcher and filmmaker James Fox about his expectations for NASA's upcoming report tomorrow. Here's what he told us.
Initially, my expectations were somewhat high because of the statements that...
This dude made that movie, Moment of Contact. It's a good documentary about a downed UFO in Brazil and the subsequent things that happened right after it crashed. It was crazy. There was young ladies there that saw it, that are grown women now that still talk about it. Families that swear by they saw. Men that you could tell believe in nothing that know what they saw that day. It was a Brazilian. I mean, that whole town. I believe it's in Brazil. It might be in Peru. I don't remember. But that whole town, it still lives off the lore of what happened, you know, so many years ago when that UFO crashed in their neighborhood.
Bill Nelson's been making head of NASA. He was making very compelling statements on the difficulty to explaining some of these unidentified aerial objects that defy physics as we understand it. You know, he acknowledged the tic-tac. He said he met with the pilots and that they couldn't explain what that thing was or where it came from. So then when I found out that they were not going to have access to the classified files, my expectations lowered quite significantly.
So we're anticipating that. Meantime, there is this in Mexico this week. Congressional hearings focused on UAP sightings, much like we had in the U.S. Congress back in July. And this right here sort of stole the show. This is according to a prominent Mexican UFO journalist and researcher. These are two non-human corpses, both at least 1,000 years old, discovered in Peru back in 2017 and then fossilized. Now, look, there is a lot of skepticism here about whether these are real, whether this is legitimate. We ourselves can't verify any of this, so we are skeptical about what we're seeing here at News Nation when it comes to...
This shit look like pottery.
...to the origins of these things in this video. Nonetheless, these displays were a part of a legitimate Mexican congressional hearing. Ryan Graves, the former Navy pilot who actually testified before the U.S. Congress back in July, he was also there sharing his story and his experiences with UAPs, Kelly. So, you know, I think a lot of work still having to go into whether or not these things are real. Mexico's Congress debating whether they're going to be enhancing a law that would essentially make Mexico the first country on earth to say explicitly that they believe in extraterrestrial life. So a lot happening just south of our border there, Kelly.
All right, you can understand the skepticism. Joe Khalil.
Yeah,
y'all gonna understand the skepticism when their lasers are burning through your flesh. Lasers shooting out of their eyes and shit.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation now.
Yo, I don't know about those little creatures, but I do want to look. Let me see. Who was this other guy? Not Bob Lazar. Let me see. It wasn't Bob Lazar. This guy was on Joe Rogan's show many times, and I had seen him before that. And I remember he was doing a film where they were talking about this little creature that they had, and it looks a lot like those little creatures that they got right there. Let me see, what's Buddy's name? It's not Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar was the one that says he worked for Area 51 and saw anti-gravity anti-gravity technology, saw their, different propulsion technologies that they was working on, that they were reverse engineering. Said all of these things. He mentioned an element like 20, 30 years ago that didn't exist, that exists now. So a lot of what this dude says checks out. I'm looking for this other guy though. I was on there. This little beanhead dude with glasses. And I'm trying to see, because I want to see the pictures that he had of this little creature, and it looks a lot like this little creature that we're talking about, or that they're talking about in Mexico, that they got from Peru. Oh man, where's this guy at? When I'm not looking for him, he's in my face. When I'm looking for him, I can't find him. Even George St. Pierre feels like he's been abducted. But that could be concussions, bro. You took some shots in your career. Man, where is this guy at? It's not Bob Lazar. What is this dude's name? Am I going to have to look here? Joe Rogan. Alien. Let's see if I see this dude's face. Joe Rogan on UFOs with Lex Freeman. No, that ain't it. Let's see. Can't find this guy. I'm gonna keep looking. The name of the new guy is the guy, the whistleblower, is Grush. Last name is Grush. Grusch. He's been talking a lot lately. The other guy, Commander David Fravor, that was the guy that he's a Navy. See, now that's a guy that I believe. He's a Navy pilot, and he's actually up in the air with his team, and he's seeing this thing moving past them, moving around them, moving in ways that they can't move. Why wouldn't I believe that guy? That guy I believe. Now, what he was seeing, who knows? Was it from another dimension? Was it from another solar system? Or was it from another country that's been testing technology on us? I don't know. If we don't have it, that's a problem. No, that's Bob Lazar. Who is this guy? Where is he? The guy with the little alien. I'm going to find the bastard, I promise. They keep showing me Bob Lazar, though. I can't remember the guy's name. See, even Steven Tyler and him debated over aliens. Everybody debates over aliens. But now everybody's telling us they're here. And it's like, they probably are, but why should I believe your account of what you're talking about? Your account of this whole alien thing. I can't believe I scrolled this far and haven't seen dude. So what I'm going to do is scrap this part of the search because I'm getting videos of him and everyone talking about these UFOs except for the dude that I'm looking for. Crazy. When I'm not looking for him, he'll pop right back up. Let's see Rogan's Joe Rogan, Jeremy Corbell. Put it for the most recent settings so I can get the newest stuff. Upload date. 23 hours ago, Corbell, Part 5. Jeez. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
First time in history that you have Commander David Fravor, Lieutenant Ryan Graves, and then one whistleblower, a guy named David Grush, who we can't validate what he said because it's all classified information. Commander Fravor, friends of ours, Commander Fravor, he just told what happened to him. He chased a UFO. Ryan Graves, who his whole squadron has been seeing these things, you've had both on your podcast. But Grush stood up there, and he sits there under oath, and he says, I did an investigation. I interviewed, it was my job to look at over 2,000 special access programs, like black programs. And it was my job to find out if any of them had to do with UAP, and if there's any money being hidden, like misappropriated, theft. And he's like, after interviewing 40 witnesses, I found a ton of shit.
So that's basically like the dude in the, what was it? Was it Dark Knight? Yeah, it was the dude in the Dark Knight that Lucius Fox told him to go do the numbers, go crunch numbers. And he went and he crunched numbers, and he found things in there that weren't supposed to be there, and he found the whole R&D department of Batman. Basically the same thing with this David Grush guy. Somebody in the government tasked him with looking through everything that's going on and finding if there was any money allocated out there to anything that they didn't know about. And what he found was aliens everywhere. That's what he says he found. Aliens everywhere. Let me see. Shooting down UFOs. Who's behind the massive UFO push? Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Because it seems like a push.
Are you apprehensive at all that some of the stuff that they're releasing is bullshit?
Of course.
Of
wait,
course.
Wait, who's releasing?
I mean, when you see these, the Pentagon's talking about it, when, intelligent officials, you ever wonder whether or not it's disinformation?
Feels like it.
You want to
go ahead?
So yeah, I'll take that first. I've heard you kind of talk about that a bunch, and I think it's a very healthy suspicion to have. My perspective is a little different in that people are always coming at me with fake information, like every day, all the time. But the people in government that we have been able to kind of interface with, I wish there was an adult in the room. I wish that this was orchestrated through the media. It would give me some sort of hope that someone has some sort of control on this, and that has not been my experience.
Okay, what is your experience? Like, what's your impression of how it's all happening?
It's a big question. I don't know where to start on that, but here's what I know. I know that there are people in government that want some level of disclosure on whatever this is, without defining it. Just there should be oversight. So I know that to be true. There are good people that think that people are running amok, and there must be oversight, not just financially, but if these types of technologies actually exist.
Right. Who's in control of them and why? And who has access to them and why?
I mean, we have a history of disinformation and misinformation put out to the public and to Congress by the intelligence community, by the Pentagon. They lie all the time. It's part of the turf. It's part of the job.
So it could be a whole nother, they say, you know what, these people wanted this, they believed this for so long, let's give it to them,
But for them to then go into closed door briefings with members of Congress, with the oversight committees who handle their budgets, for them to lie about that's another matter. And I don't think they would, because they could get busted for it. A lot of stuff is coming out now, and I know we get asked all the time, who's behind this push? It looks like it's one big movement as opposed to a bunch of different things.
To me, it's like in the last year, it's like UFOs and aliens have gotten a PR campaign going, and they signed up a public relation company to put them everywhere and have them in everybody's article and on everybody's TV. It does feel like a push. As before they try to suppress it, now it feels like the government's pushing it out there.
That all happened in approximately the same time. It's kind of been organic. Different people have come forward, and it encourages other people to come forward, as opposed to somebody doing a master manipulation of the whole thing.
What resistance is there to this information getting out?
There's resistance on multiple levels. So despite what...
So that's basically it. That's basically what they're discussing, what they're talking about. I'm going to skip this because somehow a channel called Infinite History is able to upload a Joe Rogan clip, but they're warning me on my live stream that it's somebody else's video, which is kind of silly.
But you believe to be true or not?
See, I try to switch it up. I try to do something other than just crime and misery reactions. I try to do aliens, and YouTube tries to oppress me.
True. The big question is, are we going to be able to verify some of these claims? That's all I care about, right?
Yeah, go verify those 2 little aliens they found in Mexico and tell me what's going on with that. Because those dudes look like the little dudes from Men in Black. Some fake-ass aliens. All right, man. Let's get back to our usual get down. People doing stupid shit and committing bogus crimes and shit. Because YouTube rather I push that than us figure out this alien conspiracy and figure out the next hoax that the government's gonna drop on our head. So let's check this out right here.
What if you could make a couple extra $1,000? Well, I want to show you what it is and how to do it.
On August 16, 2022, a couple was witnessed engaging in sexual activity aboard an amusement park ride by a group of 4 underage females.
What?
They quickly
Wait. That went bad real quick. Hold on.
Activity aboard an 16th 20 On August 16, 2022, a couple was witnessed engaging in sexual activity aboard an amusement park ride by a group of 4 underage females. They quickly reported the incident to both park security personnel and local law enforcement officers.
I was reading the comment.
By a group of 4. A couple was witnessed engaging in sexual activity aboard an amusement park ride by a group of 4 underage females. They quickly reported the incident to both park security personnel and local law.
Yo, listen, it's cool to do the little freaky things and stuff like that, but you gotta be aware who's outside and who's watching and who's looking. These kids ain't got no business watching y'all get busy in the damn merry-go-round, sucias.
Law enforcement officers.
Definitely stay awake. It's hard as a reaction channel to get a push from YouTube. Definitely. Absolutely.
How much have you had to drink today? It smells of alcohol coming from me. That doesn't answer my question. How much have you had to drink today? Maybe like 4 or 5 beers? Okay. Okay, and are you staying at one of our resorts? Yeah. Okay, which one? Sawmill. Okay. Alright, you two hang right here.
You know what? They probably caught a case that had them going to the registry and the can't say certain words on YouTube, so I gotta pick wisely. They probably got ex-offender charges and have to register and all of that just because they thought it was cute.
The girls over on the bench with Donnie's app, claiming that these two were engaging in sex in the car.
They're banging?
Yeah.
They're banging?
Right on.
Yeah, right around the corner over there. All 4 of them are sitting over there.
How young are they?
2 of them are 18, one's 17, the other one's 16.
Oh, the 16-year-old's gonna get him, depending where they at. Where they at?
Had his pants down and was going from behind. Yeah.
Did they see it?
They witnessed it.
What did they say when you talked to them, these people?
They're saying nothing happened.
What the ride operator said?
They just said that they got it reported to them, they got a call, and they called us.
Did they see anything?
They didn't. To my knowledge, no.
If you got no witnesses except for that 18-year-old, that 16, 17-year-olds, he say, she say, I don't know. They might get away with this. They look like 2 giants. Couple of giants.
Were you guys banging on that ride?
No, honey, listen, so my cigarettes, I have shorts on beneath my dress, first off.
Right.
So there is no easy access that's happening here. And I have them in my pocket.
And then they're going to go to the teenagers, and the teenagers are going to be like, she didn't need any easy access. She was performing. Can't use the word on YouTube, y'all, because we are oppressed in these internet streets.
In the shorts, they fell out. I bent over to retrieve them on the right.
Why was he behind you?
She got a detailed story about how she ended up de rodilla, on her knees, on this ride. She dropped her cigarettes. Now, can I get flagged for saying that? The way I just said that? Possibly. That's the filth of this whole game right here.
He was trying to help me because they were clear across.
Who knew that a story about a couple of giants banging on a merry-go-round would turn into my freedom fight against YouTube and their horrible oppression? This is some bullshit.
The ride.
It doesn't matter. Y'all ain't got no proof that they did that.
I'm gonna go talk to the young girls who saw it.
Now that was a fear tactic right there. She put the word young girls on there so that she could shake them up a little bit. But Giants, you stay calm and you'll be fine.
See what they say. And then we'll go from there. Hi. So, what did you guys see? Like, okay.
Like 100, like she was on her hands and knees. Her pants were off. He was on his knees doing it back and forth. And we could feel our actually shaking. There were two of us looking one way and two of us the other way. Like, yeah, and when we looked back, like he was there. Her butt was here, butt naked.
You saw her butt.
Oh,
Yes. You saw
like her ass.
Did you see his wiener?
I looked away. It was in it, but I looked.
You saw his wiener in her? Yeah. Oh my God, absolutely not.
Yo, what? This is... I kind of believe him. I kind of don't. The cops trying to be their teenage mom friend. Some weird shit.
Absolutely not.
Also, the second time, they did the second time. Because they
got dressed to like went to go down, and then when we got back up, they like just started doing it.
Yeah, and like
then they were laughing when they saw.
They got a lot of story.
I started laughing, and they also when you're in line. Tell them what they said when you were in line. When I was in line, like they kept like going this close to me and like bumping into me, and I was like, Jesus.
Now, that could be why these girls are saying that right there. She's saying when they were in line, the girls, that couple was bumping them and in their way. These could be a bunch of vindictive little girls that came to a conclusion that they were gonna just, put a story on this couple, on these giants that was on the merry-go-round and shit.
Like, and they started laughing, and then they started calling me like this little whore is like.
That right there, if it was all true, they would have led with this. They would have led with, this is how our interaction with this couple started.
They called me whore, and they were like, this little whore is like being so rude to me, and I just said, can you please move off of me? Right.
And it probably wasn't even that deep. You know what I'm saying? They probably bumped into each other. They said something slick. Shorty said something slick. Next thing you know, the four of them are on that thing talking about he was getting topped off in the on the Ferris wheel. What do you say? Tell me in the chat. Those little girls telling the truth or they lying?
Cigarettes.
Was the Giants banging and slanging? Or is the four little birds lying?
How old are you guys? I'm 15 and a half. Which one? I'm 17. And you
Less
are 18.
than half.
I'm trying to see what fits here. She was like,
they were laughing.
They said.
They were so weird. I just had some really bad background, and it was like really traumatizing for them.
Yeah,
they're putting it on thick.
Even if you don't, like
Sound like they lying.
I'm 27, and I would have been traumatized. And
they might have been
Traumatized. Everybody be just throwing that word around, boy.
Reds and the shirts on it was like you dropped this.
Also, has he has come to his decision. They was fracking.
I saw him.
Yeah, I didn't know they're not.
It could all be it could all be true, really. They could have, these little girls could be lying, and they could have been smashing, but it all stems from the little beef in the line.
But like there was no
Like that's why they ratting them out.
I mean, you literally are telling me you saw his going in and out of her.
Bruh, this cop getting more descriptive than they did.
I wish that wasn't true. But I mean, there's no denying. There's no. Oh my god, I wish it was. I really wish it was them picking up a cigarette, but it was not. Oh my god. Like the text.
108 David DOB out of Ohio.
I'll be right back with you guys. They're minors.
Yeah. That's two of them.
No, it says.
They gotta write statements then?
No person shall recklessly do any of the following under affirmate others who are in the person's physical proximity. Private parts, sexual conduct, or masturbation.
Those words in that video that probably didn't get the original channel clapped is probably gonna get me clapped.
No person shall knowingly do any of the
Or YouTube just got me traumatized. I'm gonna use it too. Shit.
following, which the person's conduct is likely to be viewed by another person to the person's physical proximity who is a minor who is not the spouse of the offender. I say it fits, don't you? I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to arrest him? Or do you want me to, or you just want to kick him out? Public indecency.
Public
Or
indecency.
Yeah, public indecency. So, how long did you guys ride this ride?
4 minutes maybe?
How many times did you guys go around?
How many times we go around?
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Okay. So, why can those girls, which 2 of them are juveniles, describe to me
Stop.
your guys' private parts?
Stop. Now she's wilding. Who's really describing somebody's private parts? Stop. They didn't describe nobody's private parts. I mean, unless I missed something. Did she say? Did one of them kids say she had a mole on her ass or something?
I have shorts on, like I told you.
I understand. But, so listen, this is what I'm going to do for you, okay? You understand that there's cameras and I can watch those cameras and see. So just tell me the truth. Because I know you're lying. So just be honest. Because lying's not going to get you anywhere.
Really? I just had to leave.
Yeah,
That's bullshit right there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're lying 100%.
Wow.
I don't. So four juvenile girls are just gonna make that up.
That's not like they're fucking little juvenile girls. Like,
2 of them are 18 and 2 of them are juvenile.
Oh, now
So when I
see, a
watched
minute ago, she was super pimping the fact that they were juvenile girls, and the moment that these dirtbags say, "Nah, yeah, that's why their story don't mean shit because they're juvenile girls," she's like, "Well, 2 of them were adults and 2 of them were juvenile."
Cameras, I'm not gonna see you guys.
And listen to the people in the comments that be like, "Listen, I don't have a side. To me, they could all lose. I don't give a shit. It's not my problem."
You're lying. She wants to tell the truth.
If it's cop on cop, I don't care if both of them lose. If it's cop on criminal, I don't care if both of
Do you
them lose.
understand that you can be arrested for this? It's an N2. Yeah, misdemeanor of the 2nd degree. And you guys can go to jail. Because you're not from here. And then you'll have to post.
That's the answer, old soul. Go to the tapes. Prove to me that I did whatever you said I did.
Bond. Or I can call the judge and no bond since you guys are lying.
How
And I know you're lying.
How you know? You like
It's up to you guys. I'll let you guys talk about it.
27-year-old goofball.
Okay. So, you're sticking to your story of the cigarettes?
Drop my square.
She may have shaken her butt in front of me a little bit.
That's what you tweaked. You made a mistake, Papa. You did yourself dirty right there. You guys were all good. You were on your way out the door, and you talked a little bit too much now. See? You got shook up. Your girl, she stood fast. She was steadfast. You buckled. You buckled. He said maybe she shook her butt in front of me. You buckled. You just gave them something. And that's it. That's a thread she needed.
Okay. So, you're sticking to your story of the cigarettes?
Yes. She may have shaken her butt in front of me a little bit, but what's wrong with that?
Bro, you tweaked.
Okay, so now the story's changing.
Yep.
Now your story's
Yep.
changing.
It's not changing. It's not really what.
Foolish.
So,
I mean, she's like my fucking wife.
what?
Like my wife. Can't like shake her ass.
She is, well, yeah, but you guys have kids?
No.
Okay. So I want you to picture when you have kids and your 15-year-old comes
Bro,
here
you told on
and she
yourself.
sees two grown-ups having sex.
I mean, that's not right.
And they saw what they said to me and what they saw. I would be embarrassed.
Who the fuck? Who hasn't seen it that they're 8? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this dude's digging his own grave.
So you think it's appropriate that they
That's not appropriate.
that they saw?
This
But that's what
dirtbag.
kids these days, you can't fucking, I don't fucking know what the hell they're gonna say to anybody.
So you think it's appropriate that they saw you?
He's taking his ideology now and he's fighting for it and making a fool out of himself and putting himself in charges.
Put it to your
Or
wife.
giving at least giving something for the judge to see to say, dude, he gave it up. She wants to punch him in the face.
Ferris wheel?
Are you serious?
Yes.
No. Did I say that? Did I say that?
You said
Are you
what?
trying to take words out of my mouth?
No, you're not going to do that to me. You said they've seen all this stuff.
No, I'm not trying to do nothing to you.
You're talking too much and you don't know how to talk.
Okay. Well,
No, it did not happen.
they're calling their what?
I don't know what they're trying to say, but nothing like that.
Okay. Well, like I told you, you're gonna go to jail. So, what? Public indecency. You can't have sex on a ride. I gave you the opportunity to tell the truth. You didn't want to.
Can I see like videos?
So no, I don't have to show you video footage. So all I have.
You said you had videos.
So I don't have to show it to you. No, I don't. No, I don't. Don't tell me how to do my job. Don't even. Yeah.
I'm not. Did I?
Don't.
Who got
Listen.
video? They ain't got no video. Did she say that? Also, did I miss
have
that?
4 witnesses.
They got video? You got witnesses. That's all
So
you
you're
got.
both going to jail. So you had the opportunity to be honest.
And you know what else is strange about this? That little girl said that dude called her out her name, bumped her, all of that. And these goofies have not mentioned that. So I think it's a case of all of it happened. All of it happened. Maybe some of it exaggerated and some other parts exaggerated, but all of it happened.
They didn't want to be.
That's what it is. She played them with the videotape. Okay.
There's no way around it. I guess there's no way around it.
Well, here's
What a
the deal.
bunch of
So
dummies.
I can call the judge since you guys don't live here, and like, I don't know. I think that since you guys don't even have any remorse for what you did to those children and how upset they are, like, that's what bothers me. And now you're lying to me. You don't even care what you did to those children.
They were definitely already going to jail, but they hadn't implicated themselves in anything verbally until this point because they're goofies.
But either way, they're upset, and you guys are trying to deny that you did it. Like,
well, I do apologize that they were upset.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be upset?
They weren't upset.
And then you guys are sitting here lying. Like,
it's a wrap.
I understand the concern.
Right. And like, why does the one say you called her a whore?
Nobody called anybody a whore.
There it is.
Well, you lied to me this whole time.
And there it is. You let them kids over you by talking too much. You let them kids' word be more than yours.
Nobody. We never spoke directly to this person at all.
She said that you guys were touching her on the line and said that you called her a whore.
Look how she worded that.
With us in line, that they may have overheard the word whore being thrown around loosely.
Oh, these dirt bags. Dirt bags. The little girls are vindicated. They're telling the truth. All right, my bad. My apologies for not believing these kids. But these idiots here.
Do you see where I'm coming from, though?
I do. I understand.
Like, it would probably be a different story if you guys would have been like, yeah, we messed up, you know, because really this is Cedar Point, and it's up to me if charges are done or not, and I work for the city. So had you been like, we didn't mean for people to see us, like we've been drinking, you know, but you sat here and blatantly lied to my face, and I have these juveniles
they were going
that are
either way,
traumatized.
lady. Mind you, and in no way do I condone these idiots doing this. First of all, they've been there a while talking back and forth, and it's broad daylight. So you drunken idiots are up there doing what you're doing in front of everybody. You think you cool. Boom. You got these teenagers that are over there. They drop dime on you. You know what I'm saying? And you still act like there's nothing wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pick a place to do something outside, then suffer the consequences when they come. This is what it is. You popped yourself. You know? Y'all should have ducked out into a corner somewhere.
So,
are you able to write us a ticket and, like, ban us from the park, or... Okay,
Nah, you're going to be in the registry. You're going to be in the registry. She's locking you up.
I have friends that are here that came with us. So if we have to stay, am I able to get...
You could end up in that registry with public urination. So, you know.
...a hold of these said friends, and so they can at least get back to Sawmill.
yeah, who drove?
Both of us.
Yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ask them if they want to pursue charges. And if they say yes, you're gonna go to jail. If they say no, then you're gonna be banned from the park.
So these cops, she don't really care about their trauma. She don't really care, because if she cares, she wouldn't give them the option to go nowhere. She'd lock them up for it. You know what I'm saying?
So, is this something you guys want to pursue? Like, do you want them to go to jail, or do you just want them to leave the park?
What would that mean if we wanted them to go to jail? What would we have to do about it?
Well, you guys will have to fill out a witness statement. This will probably go to court, so they might call you guys to testify on what you guys saw. Or we can just kick them out of the park and they go on their way.
Now, real quick, I just gotta butt in here. Obviously, we're gonna have to recontact your guys' parents, just because obviously you guys are under 18, so we gotta make sure of it. Okay? So.
We wouldn't testify.
What?
We wouldn't testify, or they would testify.
They might call you. They might call you to testify, since we didn't see it. and I'm taking your guys' word for it, they could potentially call you to testify on what you guys saw. So I can pursue charges.
Yeah, that cop wanted to make sure that she had a case and somebody that was going to come sit on the stand before she took something in there that was just going to get out and get them sued for word of mouth shit that they couldn't back up with testimony. But she don't care about nobody getting traumatized. This is all a bureaucracy game.
No, but I don't want to do that and put you guys through more if it's just something that, like...
I just don't want this to happen to someone else, like anywhere. Like, they did once, so there's nothing stopping them.
Absolutely.
But they ended up admitting to that.
Yeah, because,
Okay.
Well, if they didn't admit it, I wasn't going to give them a choice. And I was probably going to contact the judge and have them no bonded because they're not very remorseful for their actions, in my opinion.
Absolutely not.
So...
And she just pushed them over the edge. They'll probably be like, you know what, you're right. They're not remorseful. We pressing charges.
What? They did admit to it?
They did admit to it.
And the kid's asking, like, if they admitted to it, why you didn't just lock them up?
Well, now they do. Now they do. Well, I'll be honest. The girl wanted to tell, the boy didn't. But and he's the one.
She was like looking at us first, but he was the one that's left.
Yeah.
He's a creep.
Okay. You guys are going to jail. So stand up, and I need you to put your hands behind your back.
That's it. Y'all in the registry, dirtbags.
You can call them.
Keep your ass under wraps in public, stupid. Grow up.
I'll let you call them right now. All right.
And y'all know bond because y'all from out of town. Y'all popped.
Both subjects were transported to the county jail and charged with misdemeanor public indecency.
Oh, well, there you go. Misdemeanor public indecency. I guess they're not in the... I don't know. I don't know if that puts them in a registry. Probably not. That's crazy. Yeah, that's some stupid shit. Let's smash in this Ferris wheel. All these Disney kids. First of all, maybe you too old to be at the damn Ferris wheel your damn self. It's for the kids. And you over there bucking around. See, I gotta say bucking. Keep these YouTube standards right. All right, man. Let's see what I got here. Let's see this cop planting drugs.
Wix is your platform to perform on.
Relax.
Number 1, NYPD duo caught running a drug planting scheme. In Staten Island, New York, 2 police officers named Kyle Erickson and Elmer Pastrana found themselves in a bit of a run-in with the law when it was
Elmer and Kyle, boy. You put Elmer and Kyle together, you got a problem.
discovered that they had planted marijuana on 2 separate occasions after pulling over cars for minor traffic violations. Their scheme involved stopping vehicles and claiming that the vehicles smelled like weed. The first incident that brought Erickson and Pastrana's conduct to public attention happened in February 2018 for a marijuana possession case involving a man named Lassou Kouyaté. During the trial, Erickson testified under oath that he found a marijuana cigarette on the backseat floor of Kouyaté's car. However, this testimony was contradicted by body camera footage.
Alright, this was in the back seat on the floor. So marijuana cigarette, it's lit. Just had to put it out.
When the video footage of the search was reviewed, it showed no sign of marijuana on the car's rear floor a number of times. In fact, it even captured Erickson telling Pastrana.
We had a fight. You know what I mean?
Right after these words, the officer's camera mysteriously went off. When the camera came back on after 4 minutes, Erickson was seen picking up a marijuana cigarette and announcing his alleged discovery in the back of the car, despite his partner's earlier statement that he didn't see anything there. And
all right, guys, let's tell me early in the chat. Do they still have their jobs, or did they get fired? In the least fired. They ain't going to jail for shit.
As a result of this incident, Kouyaté ended up spending 2 weeks in jail before being released on bail. He decided to sue the city after his charges were dropped, and he was awarded a settlement of $326,000. But Erickson and Pastrana didn't stop there, as there was no accountability for these rogue cops. Less than 2 weeks after Kouyaté's arrest in March 2018, they pulled over another car and claimed to find marijuana and even cocaine. The man they arrested this time was Jason Serrano, who was sitting in the passenger seat of his friend's car. The officers claimed the car had a broken taillight, but as soon as the driver rolled down the window, Erickson and Pastrana declared that they smelled weed and ordered both occupants out of the car.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're going to check it, all right? There's nothing in the car, you'll be good to go, all right?
The body camera footage of this incident revealed a troubling sequence of events. Serrano, who was recovering from abdominal surgery after being stabbed, showed his wound to Erickson while explaining that he could barely move.
I don't want to see that right now, okay? Okay.
Then the officers demanded to search Serrano's jacket, which he refused.
Then they want to throw him all
insisting
over
there was
the
nothing
place.
incriminating inside. The officers quickly became aggressive, pushing the wounded to the ground and handcuffing him as he groaned in pain. As Serrano lay
So Buddy was already shot up.
bleeding on the sidewalk,
He was already
more
shot
officers
up,
and bystanders
and they went
gathered,
for more.
waiting for an ambulance. Meanwhile, Pastrana searched swatting, complaining that he could barely move.
He had an abdominal
Showed his
surgery.
wound to Erickson while explaining that he could barely move.
He got stabbed.
I don't want to see that right now, okay? Okay.
Then the officers demanded to search Serrano's
So
jacket,
they
which
busted
he
in
refused,
stitches all over the
insisting
street.
there was nothing incriminating inside. The officers quickly became aggressive, pushing the wounded to the ground and handcuffing him as he groaned in pain. As Serrano lay bleeding on the sidewalk, more officers and bystanders gathered, waiting for an ambulance. Meanwhile, Pastrana searched Serrano's jacket, and Erickson meticulously searched the car. Erickson could be heard saying his notorious line,
We gotta find something.
Yeah, we gotta find something.
Erickson used a flashlight to search around the front seat but found nothing. He grew frustrated and returned to Pastrana to suggest searching the entire car. Erickson returned to the front seat area, dropping a larger bud in the drink holder and declaring,
Look at this dog.
It's a little bit of weed.
he opened a wallet and searched areas he had already looked at. Later on, Erickson fiddled through Serrano's jacket again as Pastrana approached him.
Flakes everywhere, though.
Yeah, no, he had weed. You could see his weed here.
Throughout this process, Serrano was about to be taken away on a stretcher. Erickson asked Pastrana if he was good, and both officers fist bumped each other at the end of their scheme. Interestingly, the few words exchanged between Erickson and Pastrana during Serrano's arrest mirrored their conversation during Kouyaté's arrest. At the time, Serrano was charged with drug possession, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration. Months later, in a court decision in 2021, a Staten Island judge overturned Serrano's conviction after reviewing the body camera footage and the disciplinary records of the two officers. Those records revealed that Erickson had been disciplined by the NYPD in 2 separate incidents earlier that same year for invoice
Look at
discrepancies
that. He was
related to
stealing
drug
too.
seizures. Judge Tomiko Amaker noted that
He was stealing evidence from drug seizures too. Oh man, these guys never fail.
normal
They never fail. And then people want to sing the sob story to me. People want to sing the sob story to me, but they never fail.
earlier
There you
that
have
same
it.
year for invoice discrepancies related to drug seizures. Judge Tomiko Amaker noted that in normal circumstances, because of his guilty plea, Serrano would be unable to vacate his conviction. However, this court finds that the body-worn camera footage taken with the officer's disciplinary files demonstrate that the defendant may have been searched and seized in violation of his constitutional rights. Amaker wrote as she granted the motion to vacate Serrano's conviction. The NYPD has not yet responded to requests for comment about the status of the two officers on the force. Pastrana is listed in the department's personnel database as being on military or extended leave. Erickson's name, however, does not appear in the database. If you think this story was...
They don't know where they're at. They cleared everything. They still got their job. They probably got no-show jobs or no-work jobs. Sitting at a desk, getting paid. There's no record of what their current status is. That's bananas. But it was obvious. Oso knew it. I knew it. Everybody knew it.
It's wild. Wait till you hear our next one.
Crazy.
Where a single Florida cop was convicted for dozens of cases of planting drugs and falsifying evidence. Number 2, Florida cop gets caught planting drugs by his own body cam. A Florida sheriff's deputy named Zachary Wester
They're
was caught
stupid.
red-handed for planting drugs and was found guilty of various charges, including racketeering, fabricating evidence, official misconduct, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances and paraphernalia.
It's quite
but
the list.
This wasn't the first time Wester found himself in trouble. He started his career in law enforcement back in 2015 by working as a deputy for the Liberty County Sheriff's Office. He left that job after less than a year due to allegations
Oh
of
man, this
sexual
guy's
misconduct.
special.
However, Wester didn't let that stop.
This
the
guy's real
lesbian by
special.
working as a deputy for the Liberty County Sheriff's Office. He left that job after less than a year due to allegations of sexual misconduct. However, Wester didn't let that stop him. In May 2016, he landed a job at the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, where he quickly gained a reputation as an aggressive patrol deputy.
It's kind of how they do the priests. They get in trouble in one spot, they send them to another spot. They get in trouble there, they send them to another spot. They do the same thing. The way these cops be doing the same thing.
With an impressive number of drug arrests under his belt. But as time went on, eyebrows were raised, and in the summer of 2018, prosecutors in Mariana eventually discovered inconsistencies in his police reports and body camera footage. One particular damning video showed him holding a plastic baggie before searching a woman's truck and arresting her for possessing methamphetamine. After an internal investigation, Wester was suspended and later fired from his position. During this time, a thorough search of his patrol car uncovered a stash of ready-to-plant drugs and paraphernalia hidden in the trunk. In 2019, he was finally arrested following an extensive investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. As a result of his crimes, nearly 120 cases involving Wester had to be dropped by prosecutors.
Wow.
The modus operandi for Wester was disturbingly...
So here's the thing. For all those people that say, oh, this guy just likes the criminal. That's 120 crimes overturned. For whatever number that this dude put people in there that didn't belong there, I'm sure that there was people in there that did belong there, but his activities got them, let out and overturned. I don't agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows the kind of piece of shit that he is, what he did. A criminal's a criminal. You hurt babies, you hurt old people, you hurt helpless people, you're just a piece of shit.
Consistent. He would initiate traffic stops for minor infractions and then use the pretext of smelling marijuana to search the victim's
Of course,
vehicle. He would then pretend to
have
find
we not seen this? The modus operandi for these guys.
drugs such as meth or
Doesn't
marijuana,
matter the
leading
state.
innocent people to end
Doesn't
up
matter
in
the
jail on
city.
bogus charges. The consequences for these victims were devastating as their lives crumbled due to false accusations. One such victim, Stephen Van, a former felon who had recently been released from jail when he was pulled over by Wester. Van allowed the officer to search his vehicle, believing he had nothing to hide. But to his surprise, Wester discovered methamphetamine in his car.
Okay, all right. Honesty's gonna go a long way with me, okay, man?
Yeah.
All right, I've got to test this. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
After Wester was done performing the tests on the discovered drugs in Van's car, he came to talk to the poor man again and subsequently arrested him.
All right, look, man. It did field test presumptive positive for methamphetamine. Okay?
That
Ask me
dude's a
this.
sociopath.
If I read you your rights, will you talk to me?
But the damning evidence against Wester came from his own body camera footage, and this truly came to the fore in the case of Teresa Odom. Like all of his victims, Wester pulled over Odom for a routine traffic stop. In the beginning, the officer came off as a bit friendly with Odom, even joking with her a little bit. He then asked her to step out of the car to perform his checks, to which she complied, saying she had nothing to hide. As she walked away from the vehicle, the deputy prepared to search it. Wester began putting on his gloves, and for a brief moment, a small bag was visible in his left hand. Prosecutors believe this was the bag.
Hold on,
For
what?
a brief moment, walked away from the vehicle. The deputy, she complied, joking with her a little bit. He then asked her to step out of the car to perform his checks, to which she complied, saying she had nothing to hide. As she walked away from the vehicle, the deputy prepared to search it. Wester began putting on his gloves, and for a brief moment, a small bag was visible in his left hand. Prosecutors believe this was the bag Wester planted and claimed to have found next to a spoon in the car. Despite his denial of planting any illegal substances, the evidence strongly pointed in the other direction. To get back at the system for the harm caused by Wester, the victims came together and reached a nearly $1 million federal court settlement. Over 30 victims who were arrested by Wester and later filed a suit agreed to the settlement, which was finalized in October 2022 in the U.S. District Court in Pensacola. The settlement conference was presided over by U.S. Magistrate Judges Hope Cannon and Michael Frank. The amount awarded to each plaintiff varied depending on the damages they suffered, ranging from just under $20,000 to more than $70,000. Among the victims, Benjamin Bowling faced the tragic consequences of losing custody of his daughter due to Wester's arrest. Plaintiffs like Bowling received the highest amounts in the settlement. The Sheriff's Office and the Florida Sheriff's Risk Management Fund will cover the settlement. Meanwhile, Wester himself is currently serving a 12.5-year prison sentence for his despicable actions. If you want to keep up with the latest updates and
play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Good luck with that. Wow. These dudes think they could get away with murder. He took an old man. That old man was minding his business, and dude made a meth head out of him just because he felt like it. It's crazy. Let's see what else I got here. Cop realized he fractured innocent guy's skull.
Have you been to Antarctica?
Yes.
Welcome back to Audit Zone. Around 5:40 a.m. on March 4th, 2022, deputies of the Paulding County Sheriff's Office, Georgia, got calls that a man with a backpack was trying to break into vehicles. Deputy Michael McMaster was assigned to respond to the incident. Around the same time, a young man named Tyler Canaris was on his way to work and had his backpack as he walked by the roadside. When Deputy McMaster saw Canaris, he quickly concluded that he was the suspect. So he got down from his patrol vehicle and, without any explanation, began ordering Canaris to remove his backpack and put his hands behind his back. Canaris was confused since he had not committed any crime. Because Canaris tried to defend his innocence verbally, Deputy McMaster quickly lost his temper and violently slammed the young man to the ground, severely wounding him.
Suplex? That was a suplex necessary? He wasn't even really resisting. He was like hippie resisting and shit.
McMaster quickly lost his time. Because Canaris tried to defend his innocence verbally, Deputy McMaster quickly lost his temper and violently slammed the young man to the ground, severely wounding him.
Let me see your hand. Let me see your hands. Stay in your pockets. Turn the chain right of it. Excuse me. Being detained. I'll take your backpack off. Take your backpack off. Excuse me. What am I doing? Take your backpack off. Can you explain what this is? Before you go on the ground, take your backpack off. I'm going to get picked up for work. Look. You want to play this game? Sir. The chain's like back. This is my phone. Put it down. Can you tell me what's going on? Just put your hands behind your back before you end up on the ground. You get detained for a minute. Can you imagine the description? Someone trying to break into people's cars. I'm not breaking anyone's cars.
Dang. Oh yeah, that's that groan.
Get my fucking back. You dumb bastard.
Oh my God. I'm just going to work. Help me. I'm just going to work.
What's he saying?
I'm just going to work.
Oh, he was going to work?
Oh,
I don't know.
oh, please.
Yeah.
I'm just picked up from work. Please.
Nah, it's fine.
Please help me.
Shut the fuck up. Get up.
I'm going to work.
Split your shit.
No.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Get up.
No.
Deputy McMaster committed multiple constitutional violations in less than 1 minute of encountering Canaris. First, he did not immediately state the reason for the stop, even though the young man immediately asked for an explanation. The deputy just started handling him aggressively. Canaris has a First Amendment right to freedom of speech and was right to verbally defend his innocence against the false accusation leveled against him by the deputy. As it was later found, Canaris was not the suspect. Deputy McMaster just got angry because Canaris exercised his constitutional right to free speech, just like any other innocent person would do when accused of a crime they know nothing about. The slamming to the ground was uncalled for. As we have shown several times on this channel, most police departments in the US would consider Deputy McMaster's behavior as an excessive use of force. The deputy's violent behavior violated the 14th Amendment. The deputy searched Canaris's bag. He and his colleague, Deputy Odgin, then joked and laughed about Canaris's behavior as the young man groaned in severe pain. When the fire department arrived to provide medical care, they found blood on the ground where Canaris was slammed on.
Mail backpack, right? Yep. Where are you? Are you on camera breaking in the car?
No, I just get right out.
I bet you.
He lives right up there. What did I do wrong?
Hey, 348.
Please, I just didn't work.
Well, you're under arrest for obstruction, at least.
How? I literally just
You don't want to fucking listen. Put your hand plate back. That's simple. Then I told you you're going to end up on the ground. You still didn't do that.
Listen here, Billy Bob, you big fat pig. You don't rule the world, man. Fuck out of here. Trying to hear that shit.
Then your ass ended up on the ground.
I wasn't trying to.
Wasn't trying to.
I
How old are
wasn't trying
you?
to, please.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
You're older than me. Act like a fucking man.
I've been trying to get to work. I'm seriously
What
not
a
trying to
bitch.
do anything, please. It's just too big.
That's fine. I got to take it.
While the guy that supposedly did whatever they looking for, gone. They sitting here crushing dude's skull, and the other guy's gone.
Do me a favor. Relax for a second. The cops say put your hands behind your back, you do it. And then we explain.
I don't know what I did wrong.
I was trying to explain to you, but you wanted to keep holding away. So now you're under arrest for obstruction. Yeah. No, I told you multiple times. All you had to do was listen. But no, you wanted to be a child, try to pull away.
Who got mad medications.
No, you're under arrest.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Car parts.
I got my other headphone right here. Please come on. I'm just trying to get my life back together.
The first name is Chris. It's not Chris.
Can you call my dad, please?
How old are you? 29? I'm not calling your dad.
What?
I'm not calling your dad. You're 29. You're older than me. I ain't
Oh, come on, please.
What a piece of
I'm
shit.
just trying to get to work.
calling you. Go take my car. You need to check
I'm
the
really
intro.
trying to get to work.
No, not yet. I'll call
I'm
you.
really trying to get to work. Please, I'm just trying to get to work.
I don't think he ever made it into a car, did he?
All right, how long are you gonna go through the same
Yeah,
bag?
he was trying. So it is him. Yeah, criminal intent. That's like they said negative charge. Did you see him trying to get into a car?
If you have ever wondered how to take vocals out of a song to either make an a cappella or an instrumental version,
Address that later. Okay. All you do is take his backpack off and turn around and put his hand by his back. You wouldn't have played this game.
Did dude go quiet?
He won.
Did they kill that dude?
He won. Oh, okay.
The Iron Sheik showed up.
My wife was. I don't think he actually got into a car. I dropped him on his head right there. I got boo-boos too, so I'm okay. But yeah, to the back of my car. Just make sure he's definitely at the points of Hey, come out real quick.
Deputy McMaster further violated Canaris' constitutional right by searching the backpack and emptying all of its contents without consent. Nothing incriminating was found in the backpack. In fact, the hand gloves that the deputy seemed to be excited about was related to Canaris' job, since he works as a landscaper. In his police report, Deputy McMaster made several ridiculous statements that will make any reasonable person question his worthiness as a law enforcement agent. McMaster claimed he treated Canaris violently due to the lack of sunlight. He also stated that he had no colleague to assist him, and his experience taught him that people like Canaris usually have targeted items. The deputy also narrated the encounter as if Canaris disobeyed him for several minutes, even though the time between his first contact and the violent conduct was less than a minute. The deputy also claimed he sustained injuries following the incident. Deputy Odgan accompanied Canaris to the hospital. Following that, Deputy McMaster finally took his time to confirm the identity of the main suspect. He watched the surveillance footage and found that the main suspect wore different shoes and was likely not Canaris. Despite that, the deputy tried to justify his conduct by claiming Canaris quickly changed his shoes before he saw him. Canaris was eventually charged with obstruction of an officer. It seemed when Deputy Odgan followed Canaris to the hospital, he humiliated the innocent man even on the sick bed. Pat Gadsden, who claimed Canaris is his grandson, wrote a review on the Google page of the Paulding County Sheriff's Office. He wrote, "They put my grandson in the hospital.
They get no stars from me. Put my grandson in the hospital thinking he was the wrongdoer. Had him handcuffed to the bed in the ER and then told him they found the real criminal. My grandson had surgery on his shattered collarbone, a fractured skull, and splintered broken thumb. The police report read he was released on sight. I think that this is a crime, as he was taken to the hospital by the police and handcuffed. They kidnapped him.
Well, thinking he was the wrongdoer, had him handcuffed to the bed in the ER, and then told him they found the real criminal. My grandson had surgery on a shattered collarbone, a fractured skull, and a splintered broken thumb. The police report read he was released on sight. I think that is a crime, as he was taken to hospital by the police and handcuffed. In February 2023, Canaris' legal team announced they would file a civil rights lawsuit against Paulding County.
They should.
One of Canaris' attorneys, Sean Williams, said the young man retained his firm just 1 week after the incident in March 2022. However, movement on the case had been minimal due to the sheriff's office blocking multiple requests for details they made under the Freedom of Information Act. Another Canaris attorney, Taurus Butterfield, said the obstruction charge the department later took to court should be dismissed. He explained that under Georgia law, citizens have the right to resist an unlawful arrest, which is what happened in this case. The legal team was also concerned that it took the sheriff's office 8 months before they finally decided to file the alleged obstruction charge. The attorneys also don't understand why the department and county solicitor did not bring charges against McMaster after their investigation. Attorney Williams promised to send a letter
because he's probably somebody's grandson along the way
to the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate if the Paulding Sheriff's Office and Solicitor's Office were involved in covering up the deputy's misconduct. Due to his injuries, Canaris spent 9 days in the hospital. He has now revealed that he can no longer pull or lift things like he used to. When a concerned citizen got the video of the incident and shared it on YouTube on February 16, 2023, it quickly went viral and drew public outcry. After seeing people's reactions, Sheriff Gary Gullidge released a statement the following day. The sheriff seemed to be in support of his deputy by stating that Mr. Canaris repeatedly refused to comply with the deputy's commands to remove his backpack and place his hands behind his back. And that was why Deputy McMaster used force to bring Mr. Canaris to the ground and placed him under arrest. If the sheriff supports a quick escalation of a non-violent encounter that occurred in less than 1 minute, I think that says a lot about this department's leadership and conduct. Following their internal investigation, Deputy McMaster was taken off patrol and placed on desk duty. However, in March 2023, it was reported that the sheriff's office had terminated the appointment of Deputy McMaster for policy violations. The department did not elaborate on the violations, but it said that it was not directly related to the body slamming incident.
No, he was probably
stealing. The sheriff's office also added that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is still investigating the incident. As of recording this video, there was no new information concerning the lawsuit and the GBI investigation. I will update you if I find any new details. Well, that's all concerning this video.
That kid was
Thanks
already messed up, and he was different after that day, I'm sure. That's bananas. These people are just dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty. Dirty, dirty. We're going to lay off of them for a second.
The guy that gave him permission to use the car.
That's always a problem. Borrow somebody's car, now you got a problem.
The guy that gave him permission to use the car, his mama reported him missing. I popped the trunk, saw there's a dead body in the trunk.
Jeez.
It was July 29th.
I buried the lead. They told us what happened.
2020. A lone police officer, his patrol car's flashing lights casting an eerie glow, pulled over a vehicle recklessly speeding down the highway. But little did he know, he was about to step into the complicated puzzle.
63, Region 3, I'm 10-8.
Hey, driver. Hey, driver. Hey, sit back here with me, man. How are you?
I'm surprised that officer let him do that. Usually that officer would have his hand on his hammer. This guy got both hands in front of him. He's just telling dude to come out. He ain't even suspect that dude would get out the car and shoot at him or nothing.
Hey, step back here with me, man. How are you? Hey, good afternoon. I'm Trooper Nielsen, Louisiana State Police. The reason why I stopped you was for speeding. You know how fast you're going? 73 and a 55, so it's 18 over the limit. Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Then why are you driving?
I was just
Okay.
going home.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
It's okay. I was just asking. What's your name, man?
Michael
Michael what?
Mitchell,
Michael Mitchell. How old are you, Michael?
18.
Okay,
You
Michael
popped
Mitchell.
off years old.
Yep.
You popped off years old because it's a wrap for you, buddy boy.
M-I-C-H-A-E-L. M-I-T-C-H. What's your date of birth?
1602.
Is anybody with you? You have insurance? All right, show me your insurance. Whose car is this, man? Your big brother's? You smoking weed today? Look at me.
I did early. I'm not high right now.
Okay. All right, we'll take a look at you. You have an ID? You have any ID? Is there any weed in the car, man? Don't stop. Step here. Step here to me. Look at me, Michael. Make eye contact with me. Step out here. Step up here. Is there any weed in the car? Yes or no?
Just the doobie in the ashtray, like.
Okay.
Other than that, this.
Anything else?
This.
The doobie in the ashtray get you every time.
All right. You be honest with me, I'll be honest with you. I ain't looking for no roach. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else in there?
Yes, sir. Promise.
Okay, it's in the
I
ashtray.
mean, besides the body in the trunk.
Isn't that the cup thing?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you puff last?
Yes, sir.
Be honest. Because I'm a drug recognition expert.
About an hour ago.
Okay. Okay.
As the officer's flashlight pierced the darkness, a sense of unease began to creep in. Mitchell, the driver, was clearly nervous, his hands trembling. The officer's instincts kicked in. A mere traffic violation wasn't the only thing lurking in the shadows. With a deep
Freaking
breath,
out.
he took a leap into the unknown, asking the question that would unlock the unimaginable.
You don't know how to drive to your house?
I was coming from there. I got lost.
So what's the address?
No.
What? You don't know your address?
No, sir.
Okay, come back here. Come back here. All right. Prop up on this bumper right here, okay? Just sit down right here, okay? All right?
You know where you live, boy. You got your story all turned up.
You've admitted there's a small amount of marijuana in the car, and I've smelled it. It's probable cause. Can I take a look in your car? It's yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay. Okay. All right. But there's nothing else in there? No weapons? Nothing? Okay. It's your brother's car? It's your brother's car? Hey, come here. Put that phone on that hood. You know, you ain't gonna sit here and be texting behind my back while I'm sitting here in this car. Get on that car.
The surprise you in for. Got your little weed probable cause, but the surprise you're in for is next level.
Hey, all right, now, step here. When did all this happen? When did all that happen?
That happened.
When?
My brother, he said it.
How long
happened,
ago?
like,
Days?
Yeah, it was like.
Okay, come back. Just leave this here. Come back here.
What happened?
Just stay right here in front of my car. Is this your wrench?
What I miss?
The officer's interrogation took an unexpected turn. He inquired about drug use, his voice edged with suspicion. The air thickened with anticipation, hinting at the gravity of what lay beneath the surface. As the officer examined the car more closely, a sinister revelation emerged. Bullet holes scarred the car's left side, a testament to a haunting past the officer could only begin to fathom.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, it's Jesse again. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm here about a mile north. About a mile north of LA4 on LA17. I got this. I got a orange and black Chevy Camaro stopped. I had him stopped for speeding, 73 and a 55, and it's got bullet holes all in the driver's side, right by the door. Y'all ain't looking for a car involved in anything. It's a comes. Hold on, just let me run this date of birth. This is an 18-year-old I'm out with. Mitchell. Michael Mitchell. Yeah.
Just think of the sense of that, though. Forget about what happened. Think about what he was doing. He was driving 73 and a 55 with the driver's side blown up with all kind of holes in it. Like, come on, what you asking for? That's that return to the scene of the crime shit. Not to mention, body in the trunk.
Yes, sir. And he don't even know where he lives. He won't, or he's saying he don't know where he lives. Well, I just making sure. I mean, he's saying he lives down here in Winsboro, but his address is coming back out of Richwood. But
Yeah, 41, 290.
he don't even know the address down here. But like right behind the driver's side door, there's like 2 or 3 bullet holes in that thing. So he said two or 3 days ago, his brother, the is the name on the car, on the registration, Chandra Henderson. So it ain't nothing ringing a bell? Okay, all right. Well, I got somebody pulling up behind me, Scooter. All right, thank you, fella. Hey, now, who are you?
I'm Anthony Robin. They don't scare me to death.
What the hell just happened?
Well, who are you? Behind me, Chandra Henderson. So it ain't nothing ringing a bell? Okay, all right. Well, I got somebody pulling up behind me, Scooter. All right, thank you, fella. Hey, now, who are you?
I'm Anthony Robin. They don't scare me to death.
Well, how are y'all here?
Called my people from that's them on the phone.
What do you mean they were looking for him?
They looking for him. The car missing. Hey.
Okay, give me the phone. Hey, man. Hey, this is good. Sir? Okay, he's not giving that name. No. Okay, first off, hold up. I'm Trooper Nielsen, Louisiana State Police.
Yo, this is taking a crazy turn. So I guess, boom, cop pulls him over. They're out there handling that, and then somebody that was up and down the road peeped the car and called the man that been looking for that car. And he just described somebody that should be in the car, but the description ain't the same as the dude that cop got sitting on his front end.
Who am I talking to? Okay, what? His name is Michael Robinson? Okay, he's not giving that name, though. Let me ask you something. Did you give me your right name?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Michael Dwayne Mitchell Jr., I swear to God.
Take your hat off. Take your hat off. You got plaits in your head?
No, sir.
Okay. Where do you live? Be honest to me. Monroe?
Yes,
Richwood?
Yes,
you don't live in Winsboro?
Yes,
why would you try to bluff me on that? Why would you lie to me on that? Because I already knew that before this guy said something. What's up? Talk to me.
The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, but the picture they painted was far from clear. Mitchell's every word, every gesture, added layers of complexity to a mystery that seemed to stretch into the abyss. A stranger arrived, claiming to search for someone familiar to Mitchell. The tension skyrocketed as identities and intentions blurred, and the officer was left to grapple with a tangle of lies and half-truths.
That's the last freaking lie you better tell me. What's your last name? What's this Robinson last name? Michael Robinson. That's your brother. Who took the car? Who took that car from whoever it belonged to?
He gave me permission.
Michael Robinson gave you permission to drive this car?
Yes, sir.
Who gave him permission?
This is
Say with him, please. How are you? This is Chad. Hey, this is Nielsen out here.
These guys real relaxed.
Hey.
Too relaxed.
Yeah.
Give him a call at the office.
It's orange. It's black with orange stripes. I just had this guy named Hamp Ellis on the phone. Hamp said that there's a kid that's been reported missing, and that they took the car from Monroe, and he lied to me about his last name, his address and where he's from. This Hamp Ellis said that the daddy's looking at him. Some random guy pulls up behind me and said, hey, this guy's looking for that kid. I need to know if this car has been reported missing, stolen, and yeah.
The officer's determination surged. He pressed on, peeling back the layers, determined to expose the chilling secrets concealed within the chaos.
Hey, Chad.
All you had to do is pop the trunk a long time ago. You'd have had him in cuffs.
Like, this looks close. Like,
yeah. He got right up on him.
Bam, bam. Yeah. And the boy. See? What I'm being told is that the boy who gave him permission to use the car is missing. So he's lying his ass off. Go looking for the person who owns the car, find out that the son of the owner of the car is missing, and now we got bullet holes all in the car. I got you. So something's.
And the shorty doing 73 and a 55.
The only thing he lied about was his address and when.
With a blown out driver's side.
So he don't have a driver's license, but he lied about living down here. I don't know what he thought that was going to do, but he lives in Richwood, and the car is registered out of Monroe to the. But I'm not getting these. I called Scooter Day over there. His scooter's been off. He hadn't heard nothing, but I don't know who's supposed to be calling me.
As the night deepened, revelations cascaded like dominoes. The missing pieces of the puzzle clicked together, unraveling a web of deceit and darkness that led to an unthinkable revelation.
Bullet holes, I'd like to at least.
But what's the logic in not popping the truck? I don't understand that part.
We need good. I guess I'll do as much good contact as I can. Yes, I just looked in the console.
He probably don't want to bastardize the integrity of the investigation and smudge a fingerprint or nothing.
Under console, he had a doobie in the ashtray thing.
You don't want to contaminate the crime scene.
But I really didn't give it a good look. See?
In a climactic moment, the officer opened the trunk, and there was an unfathomable truth, a lifeless figure that brought the enigma to a haunting climax.
I'm gonna do the obvious thing I want to do.
Do the obvious. You should have been done the obvious. Right there, they had to have guns trained on.
Hey. Yep.
Yep.
Put your hands up.
Your
Put your
friends
hands
like
up.
that?
Put your hands up. Put your
With friends like that, who needs them?
hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Enemy means nothing. Look at that. Right in the trunk.
Don't move. Do you understand? Don't move.
Don't move. Listen, I think that cop handled that like he could have got himself smoked doing that. He had Shorty would have ran, whatever. Anybody else could have got hurt. He was real. He didn't need to whoop him or nothing, but cuff him, put him in the car or something.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. Have one present during any questioning. At any time you choose not to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand? If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you by the court. Do you understand? Do you understand? Who is that? Who is that? Who is who?
That's Mike.
That's Mike. How did Mike get there? Tell me.
It wasn't me, man. It was.
Okay.
I just hit him. I just hit him, bro. I did.
You just hit him?
That's it.
Okay. Lock this down. Lock this down.
AKA, I didn't hit him. It was so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. They hit him, and then they shot him, but I didn't hit. I just hit him.
Mitchell is being charged for the armed robbery and the second-degree murder of Michael Robinson. Mitchell is currently awaiting his trial, but is expected to be sentenced to life behind.
So he hit him and he didn't shoot him? Nah, there's bullet holes all over the place.
Bars. Mitchell is currently awaiting his trial, but is expected to be sentenced to life behind bars.
Treated yourself.
Subscribe now to stay tuned.
Over what? A whip, some money, something. A whole lot of nothing. Gave your life up for a whole lot of nothing. It's a tweak. So I got this last one here, but this is a rather long one. I don't know if I have to skim through it or not, but I'm very interested in this. When an insane teen killer makes a detective snap.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
The courtroom clips you're witnessing went viral, and though you've probably seen them, no one has ever seen the shocking exclusive footage we obtained that reveals the full story behind the unpredictable case.
Well, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
No, you're not getting out of jail. It makes me physically sick to look at you.
Do the DNA test, it will prove me right.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I watch Forensic Files.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real? How stupid are you? Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
You've come in here trying to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
This is Isabella Guzman. In approximately 3 seconds, she will be confronted, resulting in one of the strangest moments in an interrogation we've ever seen.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come back out here for a second. Do you recognize her?
What was that?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Is he insane? My name is Samantha. You're gonna ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy.
Her father just walked in and went to touch her, and she skeeved him, and she said he called her a name that wasn't hers. Okay, let's see what the hell is going on here.
It's like me.
Your life ended last night when you decided to kill your mother.
You left her to die. Brutally. On a bathroom
I did not murder anyone.
In one of the most brutal acts of violence the state of Colorado has ever seen, a teenage girl viciously takes the life of her own mother inside their family home. It's an incomprehensible crime, but what authorities find to be even more disturbing is that the suspect claims to be a completely different person who didn't have anything to do with the gruesome killing.
So she's pulling a multiple personality defense? She thinks she was watching Forensic Files. Evidently she got it from Forensic Files. Brilliant. Well done, Samantha.
As the unbelievable investigation begins to unfold, it becomes increasingly apparent that not everything is as it seems. And behind the diabolical act lies a most insane and unpredictable motive.
All you people suck. And that bitch is probably crazy as she's gonna go kill somebody else.
It was a typical summer's evening on Wednesday, August 28, 2013, in Aurora, Colorado. 47-year-old Yunmi Hoy returned to her home around 9:30, bringing dinner for her husband, 40-year-old Ryan Hoy. Working another tiring day at her photography studio at the Aurora Town Center Mall, she looked forward to spending some time with her family, also consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman. However, the teenager had a more sinister agenda for the night. Ryan tells his wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yunmi suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes
Hold on, I'm trying to understand the relationship here. It's his stepdaughter. His stepdaughter.
Go by before the unfortunate, consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman. However, the teenager had a more sinister agenda for the night. Ryan tells his wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yunmi suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes go by before the unthinkable happens. Ryan is enjoying his dinner when a violent pounding sound begins to shake the house, followed by a haunting scream. He quickly sprints upstairs, where his wife's screams are only intensifying as she calls his name for help. Ryan's adrenaline is racing as he finally reaches the bathroom, but the door is locked. He makes several attempts to break in, but someone is pushing against it, ensuring that they can finish the gruesome act taking place behind the door. Still, Ryan continues trying to get
Strong in, kid.
hoping to come to his wife's aid. At the same time, he
That
dials
she could do damage and hold the door at the same time?
911.
From a grown man?
It seems almost impossible to break into the room as the sounds of a brutal fight fills the home. But then, Ryan makes a shocking discovery. In the midst of the terrifying ordeal, he's horrified to see blood pouring out from underneath the door. And now the screams...
Bro, you can't get through that door? What's wrong with you? You can't get through that door. What's that little girl? She's doing something on the other side and holding the door. You can't get through the door? Stop.
Slowly transformed into an eerie silence. Finally, the door opens. 18-year-old Isabella stands over her mom's lifeless body with a bloodied knife in hand. She doesn't utter a word. In the blink of an eye, she runs out of the room past Ryan, who's in an absolute state of shock. The bathroom is covered in blood, where Yunmi's body is lying on top of a baseball bat. When police arrived, Isabella was nowhere to be found, and so began a manhunt for the teenager. Although that would only last one day, as they located Isabella over 12 hours later, hiding in a parking garage off of South Parker Road. But when they actually sat down for an interrogation, they had no idea of exactly who they were going to be speaking with, or what was going to happen in this roller coaster of an investigation.
That's my call. She's gonna pull the multiple personality stunt and throw different names and different demeanors at them.
The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
You left her to die, brutally, on a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
How does
Please
that
stop
feel?
accusing me of this.
Just tell me how that feels.
Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. I will show you that I am not this freaky, horrible person. I want to meet my boyfriend. He's probably worried about me.
Considering that she left a bloody mess, I'm sure it was a bloody mess. There's got to be fingerprints everywhere.
You weren't going to meet anybody.
Her boyfriend.
I wish you could help us just make sense, that's all.
When you prove that I am not her, I'll be able to go.
Isabella states that her name is actually Samantha Gonzalez and that she is 15 years old. However, the detectives are well aware that this is not the truth.
So she's 110 pounds? That's really skinny. I'm 148 pounds.
Isabella, please.
Don't call me Isabella. That's really
That's your
filthy.
name.
My name is not Isabella. My name is Samantha. There are people in this world that look alike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are not, like, all-knowing. You don't know everything. You're just accusing me of all this stuff.
Nah,
that I
you're
didn't
all-knowing,
do.
shorty.
We know what you did, and we know who you are. We know how it happened,
Apparently not,
when it
because
happened.
you guys are completely wrong. You got the wrong girl.
No, we don't. We don't have the wrong girl, and you know that.
No, I don't.
How did it feel?
How did what feel?
When you did what you did, how did it feel?
I
Make you
didn't
feel
kill
good?
anybody. That's
Did it make-
disgusting.
Did it feel good?
That's disgusting. You guys really think I'm a murderer?
Yeah, we're not joking.
Did it make you feel powerful?
Just you.
Yes or no? Simple question. Did it make you feel powerful to do what you did?
Oh my god. I did not kill anyone. Can you guys stop like interrogating me, or you're just gonna keep going around?
That's what you're there for, shorty, an interrogation.
I'm really just trying to get fingerprinted so I can meet my boyfriend, so you can prove to me.
You'd like us just to
Same
leave, wouldn't you?
fingerprints.
Wouldn't you just like us to leave?
We don't have the same fingerprints. We're not the
Wouldn't you
same.
like this all just to go away, rewind back 12 hours and have this never happen? We'd all like that.
I wish I could have like not walked through the parking garage, so you would have not mistaken me for being someone else.
We're way past that. We're even not gonna
Worst
acknowledge
shortcut
that.
of my life.
What Isabella fails to mention is that she wasn't merely walking through the parking garage, but rather hiding. And in addition to locating the suspect, police discovered an array of items relating to the brutal crime that Isabella also failed to conceal.
Now that she wiped the prints off of that is the question. Because she's dying to be fingerprinted. She's begging for it.
I'm not gonna go anywhere. You guys keep accusing me of being this girl, and I'm not her.
What'd your mother do?
You're just repeating yourselves over and over. And
We're not gonna acknowledge the fact that you're not telling us who you are. We're moving right past that.
The detectives don't spend any time trying to build rapport with Isabella, which can damage their ability to get her to speak honestly with them. Not only that, but they appear to be jumping straight into a part of the Reed technique where they reject her lies so that she doesn't become entrenched in repeating them and accusing her. To start an interrogation this way is
She's
very
already made the
unusual.
decision she's not talking
They may
to
be
them.
trying a few different techniques to see what works, but so far, they aren't doing a very good job of squashing her lie.
Was it the weed?
fingerprint me?
Was it the weed? She didn't like the weed?
When offering to be fingerprinted, Isabella makes a declaratory statement indicating that she feels confident. This could mean that she strongly believes what she's saying. When someone has schizophrenia, they often experience hallucinations and delusions that cause them to hear, see, or feel things that do not exist. Delusions can lead to strong beliefs or perceptions that are not based in reality. This altered perception of the world can create a stark contrast between their experiences and what others perceive, leading to a profound disconnect from shared reality.
The question is she really schizophrenic or is she just playing the role? She's playing it to a T right now.
what weed?
Marijuana? She didn't like the marijuana in your place?
What?
Is that what it was?
Marijuana?
For Christ's sake, you had the master bedroom in the house. What parent gives
I
up
am
their
not
master
this
bedroom?
girl.
What
Oh
parent
my
gives up
god,
their
I am
master
not
bedroom?
this girl.
Explain that. Who does that?
I am not this girl.
What kind of a horrible parent does that? Gives up the master bedroom to their daughter.
You know what? Whoever this person is that you're accusing me of being is probably really terrible, but I am.
Didn't your mother give you a job? Didn't she teach you? Didn't she give you a job, give you
My
employment?
mother's name is Sabrina.
And that's the way you thank her?
Bam! HelloFresh. Guys, shrimp spaghetti with a kick is what we're gonna make. You guys know that HelloFresh makes cooking.
So they gave up on this whole name thing. They're not even paying attention to her denying her name.
The shocking secrets that Isabella kept would slowly but surely unravel. For now, detectives simply want to know why she committed such an unbelievable crime. But it seems that not even she can answer this question.
This can't be happening to me right now. This can't be happening. This can't.
It is.
I never killed anybody.
You killed your mom last night.
No, I did not.
Yep.
No, I did not.
We're going to be able to prove it. Yes, we are going to be able. We are going to be able to prove it.
Prove me innocent.
No, the
You
police.
will prove me innocent.
We have a very solid investigation. Okay.
Okay.
This case will be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and you will probably spend the rest of your life in prison. That's what's going to happen to you.
Part of the Reed technique is to present irrefutable evidence to trap the suspect in their lies. However, here the detectives are using unsure and uncertain language, such as "we're going to prove it" rather than "we can prove it," which won't be as effective. As well, the Reed technique teaches detectives to avoid talking about the consequences and to minimize the crime in order to get the suspect's defenses down and to keep them talking. By already threatening...
Yeah, they would have came at her and been like, it's okay. What did your mom do to you that made you do this? They didn't take that approach with her.
Punishment, the suspect loses any incentive to keep talking. Throughout all of this, Isabella has remained confident in her denials. It appears that detectives may have been upset by the crime when they started the interview, and then grew frustrated because Isabella isn't budging. And now they're letting their emotions lead them. So far, this is really poor interrogation practice, and it seems as though they aren't following any actual...
Because she's breaking them. She's like, I don't know, what, 17? She's breaking them.
...plan or technique. Isabella states that she will soon be proven innocent. In the meantime, she wishes to see her boyfriend, although future revelations would reveal that this would be easier said than done, for one very strange reason.
How about we give you a few minutes to think about it?
Think about what?
The truth.
I already told you the truth.
And that's the story you're going to stick with?
It's the truth. What do you mean? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm a murderer.
I have a feeling at some point you're going to change your mind and you're going to probably look back on this day, today, right now,
no, I will
with
not.
some regrets, because you're going to have an opportunity today to set the record straight on why you did what you did, and there may be some reason in your mind that makes sense.
No, I will not.
The detectives now seem to be jumping to different steps of the Reed technique, such as skipping over minimizing the crime or offering an alternative theory for why the crime was committed.
No, they're just angry.
Stating that it's her opportunity to speak without presenting any reason why she should take the opportunity is ineffective. They shouldn't rant about how horrible the crime is, as this will just stop her from speaking. Rather, they should have started with rapport building, introduced themselves, and treated her like a normal human being. Then they could have started asking her about her night, what she'd been up to, and see what her story was before they started finding the holes. Though it can feel uncomfortable to try to establish rapport with someone who has committed a horrendous act, it's essential to the interrogation process. It's as though these detectives were too uncomfortable, so they skipped that part.
Yeah, she creeped them out. The fact that she had the balls to stare them down and tell them whatever she wanted to tell them freaked them out.
I am Samantha Gonzalez. You have got the
Your
wrong
actions
person.
today are going to have a very, very big impact on the rest of your life.
You guys keep interrogating me.
Isabella has a very flat affect when she speaks, which is common with individuals with schizophrenia. Even with her displays of anger earlier, she doesn't really show much on her face, which is another feature of individuals with schizophrenia.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
What the hell is going on? Can you please just...
Do you understand what I'm saying, Isabella? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't call me Isabella.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not Isabella.
She's playing chess. They're playing checkers.
Your decisions today are going to have a big impact on the rest of your life. You're 18 years old. You got a long ways to go.
Fingerprint me.
No, you're not in charge.
You're arresting me because I look like somebody. That's wrong.
It is you.
It's not me.
It is you.
It's strange that they don't take Isabella up on her offer to be fingerprinted, as they could use the fingerprints as evidence to show her that she can't deny she was involved. The detective seems to not want to give Isabella the power to demand something, and he's trying to make her feel powerless by denying her suggestion. He also seems to be making the interrogation personal, which is one of the worst things an investigator can do, as he's not even using interrogation techniques anymore. In this bid for power and control, he's missed an opportunity to gather the evidence to confront her. However, there's also the possibility that this is a procedural issue, as it's usually mandated by state law that fingerprints, and in some cases DNA, be taken from suspects. Perhaps the police figure they'll have them soon enough and didn't want to bother getting her fingerprints earlier.
You're acting like you're running this investigation.
She is.
What do you mean?
You're demanding to be fingerprinted. You're demanding to be weighed.
Don't I have a right?
Telling us that you're not this person, that we've made a big mistake, we've arrested the wrong
Don't I have
person.
a right to prove that I am innocent? Yes, right? Please.
Do you understand the
bring
law?
Somebody please to fingerprint me.
Do you understand the law?
Kind of. I've never been arrested or anything before.
Where'd you go to high school?
This place called
That's where you should have
Montgomery High
started.
School, Ohio.
Montgomery?
Yeah.
Notice that Isabella's foot started moving suddenly, though she's been mostly still throughout. This is a sign of her anxiety around this topic of questioning. Individuals with delusions can become anxious when confronted about something not covered by their delusion. It's like if the typical person went out drinking and woke up with a gap in their memory. When asked about the fuzzy spot, they would be confused and easily suggestible, which would lead to anxiety. The brain makes up answers if it doesn't remember. Everyone's brain does this. As humans, we are uncomfortable with blank spots and uncertainty, so our brain will fill the gap with something to make us feel better. This may be what we're seeing here.
I got kicked out though.
You didn't go there. You went to Overland.
You're Overland High
You went to
School
Overland
graduate.
High School.
No, I
You're in
didn't.
the yearbook.
She went to Overland High School. I did not.
No. She is you.
No, she's
Mistaken
not.
identity.
Okay, well, she is, but is this just your way of dealing with this? You pretend you're somebody you're not? I mean, is that your mechanism for?
This is just really frustrating. I'm not even really scared or anything at all because I know that I'm not this person.
So you're not scared at all?
Because I'm not her.
Are you on any drugs?
All of
No.
Any prescription medication?
No.
You ever been to a doctor for anything?
I've been sick before, like every other normal person.
Yeah.
What kind of things have you had? What kind of sicknesses?
Regular colds, nothing serious.
You been to a psychiatrist?
No.
You ever been diagnosed with any mental problems?
No.
The detectives ask Isabella various questions to ensure that she has all of her faculties.
Do you know what month it is?
This is August, right?
August? Do you know what day it is?
No, I haven't had my phone in a while. What day is it today?
So you do have a phone.
I did back in my house.
No, you just said
I left it behind.
Do you drink?
No.
Did you drink anything last night?
No.
Take any pills last night?
No.
Smoke any weed last night?
No.
So you would have been in a clear head.
Only smoked
last
my
night.
mom last night.
Not under the influence of anything.
I didn't kill anybody.
That's not what I asked you.
I'm perfectly normal, girl.
Perfectly normal?
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
Don't really have any friends. All I have is my boyfriend.
That's what everybody we talked to said about you. Said you don't have any friends.
Okay.
People that usually sit in that chair or accused of murder don't have any friends.
These statements are not only personal attacks, but also antagonistic. Those who kill other people often come in many varieties. There's no set rule.
Most people say you're mean and they don't like you.
I guess she's a mean person then.
No, you're the mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
You're not insane. You're a mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
And you're a liar.
Isabella's foot only seems to move when she's uncomfortable. Here it appears to be because she doesn't like being called a mean person, and because they're attacking her. Understandably, most people value being well regarded, liked, and not being seen as mean. So it makes perfect sense that this would increase her anxiety. What's most interesting here, though, is that despite the fact that she should be really uncomfortable and leaning away from the detectives, she's not.
No, she's all up
leaning
on them.
forward towards them.
Attacking them.
No, I am not.
And you're a terrible liar.
No, I am
This
not.
makes no sense at all.
No, you're
So
right
if you
about
just want to
that.
sit there and
It
be
doesn't
a
make any sense at all.
cold-blooded killer who the jury will convict in 10 minutes of first-degree murder for killing their mother, then keep it up, Isabella.
The
These guys
detectives
use
wanna
no
know why
finesse at
Isabella
all.
would brutally kill her own mother. But the answer is unlike anything they've heard before.
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to Fiverr?
There's much more to the story than meets the eye, but the disturbing case is only just beginning.
Sometimes people get mad. Sometimes people are scared. Maybe you acted in self-defense. Maybe she had the knife.
Only now do they decide to try to minimize the crime. But after they talked about her
Now.
being a cold-blooded killer,
I'm not this girl. I don't know what happened with her and her life and who she is or what school she went to. That's not my problem. My problem right now is finding my boyfriend.
It's a funny game you're playing, but nobody's laughing. You think some juror sitting on a jury is going to believe that you're not the person we suspect killed their mother? When you're caught right down the street with knife injuries to your hand?
Scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
I told you they were scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
Yes, it was. You're not gonna bully me into admitting what you want.
Yo, they're like little kids, back and
No,
forth.
I suspect we're probably not. I mean, that's a decision you have to make in your own head. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're 18 years of age. You understand why you're here. You know what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to talk about what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to give us a reason why you did what you did. And you've continued on this crazy-ass story that this, you have nothing to do with this, and that story is not believable. We don't
It doesn't
believe
have to be believable. It will be proven.
If the police don't believe you, what do you think happens?
You go to court.
Yeah, you go to jail, for one.
You go to court.
And someday you're going to go to court. Yep. And if this is your way of trying to get through it, then so be it. But just so you know, I mean, obviously we don't believe you. We don't believe anything you've told us here today. And my guess is that you're probably going to continue down the same road, acting like you don't know what we're talking about and pretending that none of this applies to you and you're not that person. And I don't know what TV show you watched that thought this would be a good idea to come up with a plan for defending yourself against a murder charge, but I can tell you it's not going to work.
That's what she got. That's where she got it from. She's been watching TV forever. If I would do this, if this happened, and I would do this if that happened, and she did her mama dirty, and now she's sitting in there talking about, I'm not even her. I'm 3 years younger, and my name is Samantha.
So you're so tired?
I'm gonna sleeping in a park all night.
And you're sleeping out, running from the police all night. Running from the police is tiring.
Actually, you were sleeping in a Jeep.
A Jeep?
Yeah, the basement of the parking garage. Do you remember that?
I was not sleeping in a Jeep.
Why are you lying about this where you were sleeping?
Somebody saw you.
How do you think we found you? Somebody saw you and called us.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it
does.
Isabella was sitting in a blue Jeep Wrangler in a parking garage off of South Parker Road when someone noticed her. But what they found to be even more suspicious was the various items sitting outside of the vehicle, such as a backpack and clothes. The car was actually being held for a client of a vehicle service, where a company employee immediately notified police once they spotted the teenager.
Your picture's all over the TV news media.
Okay, here's a picture of a girl that looks like me is all over the TV.
No, your picture is
I
on.
have to be born.
What kind of a grand coincidence would it be that you just happen to look like this person?
Grand coincidence. It's a shitty coincidence.
Isabella, this is...
Don't call me Isabella.
This is really... It's frustrating. I'm sure you're frustrated too. You'd feel better. We'd have a better understanding of...
And here's what that kid didn't understand. First of all, we all know her plan was never going to work. You know what I'm saying? This plan of just denying who you are. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to make an alter ego named Samantha Gonzalez, don't make her an asshole. You know what I'm saying? You came in there guns a-blazing and shit. You know, on the offensive.
Why you did what you did. Maybe
I
somewhere
didn't do any of this stuff, man.
Maybe somewhere down the
Can you
line,
just fingerprint me?
God would find a way to forgive you.
Can you
I don't know
please
if he will or
fingerprint
not.
me?
My God's not going to forgive you, but your God might, for all I know. Who knows?
Can you fingerprint me?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I am
No,
listening
you
to
are.
you.
She don't want no
Did you stab your mom?
pep talks.
Where was girl? This whatever.
That's not what I asked. You say you didn't murder. You keep saying you didn't murder anybody. Did you
No.
stab your mom?
No.
This is the first instance where Isabella is asked if she stabbed her mom, and her response is telling. It's also a response that will change later in the interrogation. We see Isabella engage in grooming behaviors, such as brushing her hair and face multiple times, and then we see her do an anchor point movement and shift her leg. Rather than being crossed, her leg is now at a 90-degree angle where it's become a barrier between her and the detectives. She also rubs her mouth, creating a cluster of nonverbal behaviors which indicate that she has increasing anxiety. When directly asked if she stabbed her mom, she delays answering before saying something unrelated.
You didn't take a knife and stab your mom last night?
No.
So the knife that we found is not going to have your fingerprints and your DNA on it?
No, it will not. She may look like me, but there's no way we're gonna have the same.
I think it's probably going to.
You can think whatever you like. The test don't lie.
Once again, they're using words like I think and probably. They don't even sound sure or confident when trying to refute her lies.
Hey, you're exactly right. The test is not a lie.
I'm waiting for you to test.
The parking garage that you were in,
She's
you were
super
caught,
cocky.
you were arrested where they pointed guns at you?
She's committed
The
to the
knife?
character.
Okay.
How do you explain that?
I walked through a parking garage that a knife was in.
Isabella, do you understand?
Stop calling me Isabella.
Do you
God damn it.
understand DNA evidence?
Yeah,
You read
I know
papers,
what
watch
it
the
is.
news, you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do it right now so I can go.
Explain to me what your interpretation of DNA evidence is. What do you think it means?
Doesn't everyone have like a different DNA?
Okay. Specific to each individual. So what do you think's going to happen when we take a sample of your DNA and we compare it to the knife that we found? And your
You're going
DNA
to
is
let me
going to be
go
on
because
it.
the DNA will not match.
So your DNA is going to be on that. It's going to prove that you
The
have
DNA will not match.
And those cuts on your hand.
I told you how all of this happened to me.
So you obviously bled. We're going to
in the house in Ohio?
We're going to analyze the blood that you left. You understand? We're going to be able to type that blood back to you.
No, not your house in Ohio. The bathroom at your house where you killed your mom.
After the discussion of the DNA, she starts swaying in the chair for the first time, which is another red flag. She does have concerns about the DNA now that she's heard all of this information, which is an interesting reaction given how she will behave later on.
Did you see the police dog in there? Is that why you ran out of there?
Police dog?
Yeah.
What police dog?
The police dog that was inside the parking garage when you came running out? Do you remember running out of the parking garage?
I know.
And running to police officers? Do you remember that part?
I didn't run. I walked out of a parking garage and was ambushed.
That wasn't you either?
She's something else.
And what?
That wasn't you either?
I am not this Isabella girl. All this crazy fucking shit keeps happening and I am not this girl.
Crazy fucking shit, that's a good way to put it.
How would you feel if this was done to you?
I'd be scared if I were you.
I'm not really scared. I'm just a little freaked out.
So you're not
all this
scared by
happening to me.
this?
No, because the DNA will not match.
Do you have no remorse for what you did?
I did not do anything wrong.
So you don't, do you?
I am not
You could
Isabella.
just sit there and continue to deny this with a clear conscience.
I am not Isabella.
Really? You could just sit here and completely deny all of this?
Like, why are they even going through all of this? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of DNA. I'm sure there's plenty of physical evidence. She's just toying with them. They came in there angry, and that was it. They haven't changed their stance. They didn't try to talk to her. They didn't try to get out of it, and she did the same thing.
No, I am anything. I am being truthful.
That's you.
No, it is not.
There's no question. That's you.
She's pretty.
Yeah, you're a pretty girl. That's you.
Because that's not me.
Yeah, that's up your Facebook account.
She's a singer.
She wishes she was.
It's not even a funny game anymore.
Why would she kill anybody?
That's what we want to know.
That is the question.
Why would Isabella kill her mom?
Isabella may not be able to answer their question just yet, but little do they know that there are multiple layers to the sick and twisted story. And the more they uncover, the harder it is to wrap their heads around such a shocking case.
Why would anybody kill their mother? I mean, what do you think? What would cause somebody to become so enraged with their mother that they would kill them? What would
I
happen?
don't know.
What
I
would
don't
it
know how
take?
people think. I stay away from people because they all
Well,
try
just
to
tell me
hurt
what you think. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
What is my thoughts on this whole situation?
No. Specifically, what would it take for somebody to kill their mother? What would make them so angry that they would do that?
Isabella engages in some grooming behavior here, which generally occurs when people want to be liked or viewed as likable by others. It's approval-seeking behavior. This is followed by her incorrectly rephrasing a question. It's clear that this question has increased her anxiety because not only has she repeated their question, giving her time to think about her answer, but she had to know they would correct her, giving her even more time to think.
I really have no idea. I would never kill my own mother. She may be a horrible person, but I don't have the potential in me to kill anyone.
Why is your mother a horrible person?
She hates me because I'm her illegitimate child.
And there it is.
So she hates you?
Yeah, I kind of ruined your marriage, basically, and they blame me for it.
And there it is.
So you got anger issues?
I don't have anger issues. I just left.
You hate your mom. That's
I
kind
don't
of an
hate
anger
her.
issue.
She's scary.
By playing into her lie and going along with her being another person, the detectives may be finally attempting to build.
Probably the smartest thing they did so far, because these dummies were bumping their heads against a brick wall, and she was the brick wall. You know? But right there, they played it right. And she gave it all up.
Build some rapport with her.
Just scary. So I ran away.
Did your mom beat you?
She doesn't beat. She hurts with weapons like scissors.
Keep
going. What's that? Hello? What's that?
Scarred? I got that when I was a kid. I had stitches.
No, that's not. It's from Stitches.
It is from stitches.
How did you get that?
Lines.
Police dog, wasn't it?
Police dog.
Isabella got bit by a police dog, has a scar on her right arm.
This is really freaky.
Yeah, that is really freaky.
So that's it? You
Yeah,
should
that's
just
it.
leave now?
She's done. Let you go.
Let you go?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like that.
Yeah.
See you later. Have a good day.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Gabriel Adams.
Gabriel Adams. You
lightning
certainly know his
fast
phone
with that
number,
name.
right? Call him right here. We can talk to him. He can just clear this all up. What's his phone number?
He threw his phone away. I was
Come on.
supposed to meet him somewhere.
No.
I can't track him.
You don't want to because he doesn't exist.
He does exist.
Okay.
He's my soulmate.
Oh, that's laughable. That's laughable. You have a soul.
There's no professional explanation for the comment.
Nah, he's
That's
just out of
laughable
head.
that you have a soul. Even some of the other comments could be possibly pointed to as playing the bad cop, but this goes too far. He's clearly letting his personal feelings about this crime lead the interrogation. Someone should be pulling him out of the room.
I do have a soul. All living creatures have a soul, even animals.
People who do what you did, soulless.
Before police are able to find out exactly what the reason behind the heinous act is, they
down.
delve a little deeper into the tumultuous life
Oh,
of
I'm
their
surprised she don't
suspect.
shut down.
In doing so, the detectives sit down to interview Ryan, who not only provides valuable information about his stepdaughter, but he also recalls the horrifying timeline of events.
I saw Isabella. She had a blank expression on her face. I'm not sure what happened with the knife she was carrying. It looked like she was still holding on to it. And I looked down and I saw my wife on the floor. Blood everywhere, all over the bathroom. I was talking to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher told me, make sure you get her breathing again. Get her airways open. I don't know CPR. But at that time, I looked at my wife's eyes, and I knew that she must not have made it. I just couldn't believe that it had happened like that. Isabella was in a rage like I've never seen before.
What do you mean?
Well, I could just hear her just pummeling my wife. I thought she was just hitting her with her fists.
Okay. So that thumping sound you were
Thumping sound, I thought, was Yumi maybe hitting against the wall, and Isabella just pounding her with her fists.
Okay.
So that's what I originally thought it was, and that's when I called 911.
Although it hasn't been confirmed, it's possible that Isabella also used the baseball bat as a weapon.
Just had
They were locked in.
another 6 commission checks show up.
Tell me about that. What was the reasoning for that?
She came downstairs where I was sleeping, and she said, I feel very uncomfortable with Isabella in the house. She said that Isabella had threatened her or cursed at her, and spit in her face.
Okay.
When she was laying down up there, and rambled off some terrible things to her.
Okay. Did she tell you what those terrible things were?
No, she didn't specifically tell me. I know this morning, she showed me an email that Isabella had written that was written to her, or written to a Cecilia. So a strange email, but it came to my wife. And I can't remember what the email said. It's on her phone.
Okay.
But it was very disturbing from Isabella. Something very weird.
The email sent by Isabella to her mother on the same day of the killing was chilling beyond words. It read, "You will pay." However, it wasn't made out to Yoon Mi, but rather a woman named Cecilia.
That kid was
Yoon
a
Mi was so
nutbag.
concerned about her daughter's behavior that she called 911 just hours before her demise. 4 officers arrived at the house, in addition to Isabella's biological father, Robert Guzman. Isabella was confronted while sitting on a swing in their backyard, but that had little effect on the teenager. She apparently spewed a string of insults to Yoon Mi, though it's unclear as to what was said. The officers warned the teenager that she should not treat her mother in such a volatile manner, stating that Yoon Mi was within her rights to obtain a court order and evict Isabella from the house if she felt it was necessary to do so.
She didn't feel safe.
Isabella responded with nothing but silence.
They've had a bad relationship.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, they've had a bad relationship for years. She resents her mom very much.
Ryan states that at the age of 6 or 7, Yoon Mi sent Isabella to live with Robert due to her disobedient behavior. The pair had divorced when Isabella was just 3 years old, and Ryan and Yoon Mi began a relationship 1 year after. Yoon Mi's hope had been that her daughter would learn to respect others while living with her father. But it seems things didn't change. In fact, Isabella was supposedly continuing to act out, and apparently had a difficult relationship with Robert and his new
probably
wife.
a weirdo.
And then she moves back in with you guys?
She moves back in with us at 14.
14. Has Isabella ever been, is she on medications? Or has she ever been...
She should have
She's
been.
not on
under doctor's care or anything like that for any
She
type
went
of
to
issues?
she went to a psychiatrist for maybe a month, and the psychiatrist said, no, she's fine. She's just a typical girl.
How long ago was that?
That's been maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that.
So today, after the police come out and speak with her, what was her attitude or her demeanor after that contact with the officers?
She seemed okay. She was friendly. Her dad gave her a big hug, but I don't think she was very happy that her mom called the police.
Following the dispute, Yoon Mi headed back to work.
We were in the house again.
Any
together? No problem.
This is
No
a
problem.
different
No,
dispute.
Any conversation? Any?
Not much of a conversation at all. We
Did
didn't
she
really
give you
say
any
much.
indications that she might be plotting to do something like this?
Oh no. I knew she was mad at her mom, and I knew she was very, very upset at her mom, but I had no idea she would ever do anything like this.
Yeah, well, she pulled it.
Though Ryan didn't suspect it, she was indeed plotting something terribly heinous.
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a pretty good memory, don't you?
I have a normal person's memory.
Okay. I don't think you're a normal person.
It took me like a week to get here.
Did you hear me? I don't think you're a normal person. I asked you when the last time you cried.
I told you I cried when I ran away.
You didn't run away from anywhere. You ran away from a crime scene is what you did.
No, I did not.
So you cried when you ran away last night?
I did not do any of these things. I am not Isabella.
Maybe
Oh,
we should just
really?
bring,
Why don't you
Robert
just bring the
down here.
DNA test?
Let's bring Robert down here.
Oh.
Who's Robert?
You know who Robert is.
No, I don't.
Robert could stand right there in that doorway and identify you. You're his own flesh and blood.
According to Ryan,
This is
Isabella
where she
and
lets the
Robert
cat
were
out the
always
bag on
close,
herself.
even through thick and thin, but she can't seem to remember that.
How about if we have Ryan?
According to Ryan, Isabella and Robert were always close, even through thick and thin, but she can't seem to remember that.
How about if we have Ryan?
Probably a weirdo too.
Who's that?
Stepdad. Have him
That's
come
her
in.
stepdad.
We could have Ryan come in. I mean, he's the one that last saw you before you took off running from the police last night.
This is all her life, and you keep
He's
saying
the
it's
one
mine.
He's the one that identified you. What do you think about that? We'll have him come down. Maybe you can apologize.
I'm not going to apologize to a stranger. What do you mean? I didn't kill
Come in and
anybody.
lie about.
She's playing the
come in and
role of
say
a
no and
lifetime.
lie about committing somebody who committed him.
Well, obviously somebody died, or this wouldn't be happening. But I didn't kill anybody.
Why would he lie about it?
I don't even know what you're trying to. I don't even understand what you're trying to say right now.
Isabella's flat affect is similar to another case we've covered, Morgan Geyser, also known as the Slender Man stabbing.
Do you know where you are right now?
Not really.
Where do you think you are?
At a police station.
Morgan was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and again, this kind of flat, emotionless speaking is typical with this diagnosis.
Kathy, maybe?
Who's that?
Come on, I'm Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella.
Everybody's schizophrenic.
You guys are like, what? Didn't you say
We're all schizophrenic.
this girl has no friends?
Well, there's people that know you. They may not be your friend.
Detective sat down with Isabella's friend, Catherine Argueta, also known as Kathy, who gave a bit of insight on who Isabella was outside of her family home. Apparently, Kathy met Isabella at Overland High School, in addition to Isabella's ex-boyfriend, Ilya Abramov, who goes by Tony. The trio, along with Kathy's boyfriend, would apparently use recreational marijuana from time to time. Kathy explained that Isabella had developed a spiritual side to herself within the last year, and had become increasingly quiet. Yet at the same time, there was a noticeable kindness that she had not previously shown, though Kathy didn't elaborate further. It appeared that things may have been looking up for her, or perhaps there was a more sinister intention behind this newfound enlightenment. Kathy goes on to say that she received a chilling text message from Isabella on Monday, August 26th, only 2 days prior to the killing. She angrily insulted Kathy using a derogatory term, and ended the text with a shocking last few words. "I know what you did." Kathy messaged back asking what she was talking about, but Isabella didn't respond. However, on August 28th at 7:15 p.m., her phone buzzed once again. Isabella had sent another text, this time saying, "The astro beam has awakened." Utterly confused, Kathy responded asking for an explanation, but to no avail. Only a short time later would Isabella commit the unthinkable.
These are your bags, right?
Yeah.
You know the store, is that where you wrap up your wrists? H Mart?
Actually, these people were real nice to me and gave me these things.
But you bought something, right?
They paid for it for me.
Who?
This Asian lady took pity on me. Came all dirty. She asked me if I was okay, and I cried, and I told her I was trying to call my boyfriend, I could use the phone. She said, "You don't have any stuff. Well, I'll give you some tampons and things. The clothes are mine." But she gave me the underwear and the pads and stuff, because I didn't have money for it.
How long was she on the run? They said 12 hours.
Someone go there to look at the videos.
Or more than 12 hours, I think.
You won't be on the video?
I'll be on the video.
At the H Mart. They have surveillance cameras on it, yeah, at the H Mart.
If you want to go look and see if I was in H-Mart, you'll see that I was.
The homeless
She's
problem
on
is
the
getting worse.
ass.
It's not getting better. Crime is getting worse.
After fleeing from the scene, Isabella made her way to the H Mart grocery store, where she quickly caught attention due to her disheveled state and bloody clothing. A nice lady took pity on her, and in addition to buying her a few items, she also provided her own cell phone number in case Isabella needed anything else.
And what did you tell her?
What do you mean, what did I tell her?
What did you tell her? Because we're going to call her and talk to her. What story did you tell her? What did you tell her?
She's Korean. She doesn't even speak any English.
We have interpreters. What did she say? What did you tell her?
I told her the truth.
What did you say?
Exactly the same thing that I told you.
Where'd you meet her at?
Where the receipt says.
She what?
Where the receipt says.
Where's that?
It's right by the garage. Where you ambushed me and basically kidnapped me out.
Okay. So you met her inside or outside?
She's hilarious.
Inside.
So you leave Ohio with all of this stuff, all your worldly possessions. This is what you travel across the country.
I told you, Gabriel said he'll take care of me. I didn't need to bring much.
Maybe you're at him.
But you can't get hold of Gabriel because you didn't have a phone.
No,
How does that make any sense?
None of it makes sense.
he had to dump it.
Your story doesn't make any sense. This is not true. A 2-year-old wouldn't believe your story.
2-year-old, you
How
understand?
did a 2-year-old come up with a better story?
Next, the detectives ask for her permission to conduct a DNA test. They're not surprised when she immediately agrees, seeing as it has been her most frequent request. But what she doesn't understand is just how long it actually takes to obtain the results.
please bring the DNA test now so I can leave.
You're not leaving. Just so you understand that.
The DNA will not match.
Well,
The DNA will not match.
You can
If the DNA does not match, I will be free,
continue
right?
to think that, but you are not leaving. Just so you
Okay,
know.
theoretically, if the DNA doesn't match, you have to let me go, right?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Yes.
No, you've been identified as a killer.
I've not been
got a
identified.
lot
If the
of
DNA
hours
does
to
not
keep
match,
you,
then I will be set free.
Well, that's not going to be the case. We won't know that for months.
For
You're under arrest
months?
for first-degree murder. You have no bond. You ain't going nowhere but jail. And you're not 15, you're 18.
No, I am not. You cannot do this to me. This is wrong.
Yes, we
You
can.
have to prove I am who she is before you can take me anywhere.
No, we don't. We know who you
Isabella,
are.
we're trying to give you an
Stop calling
opportunity.
me Isabella.
We're just trying to give you an opportunity
She is
to
on
tell us
point
what happened.
every
Stop calling me
time.
Isabella.
You don't
That
understand.
Isabella shit.
You don't understand.
My
the
name
full
is
impact of
Samantha.
this, do you? You don't understand the full impact. Yes, you're going to jail. No, you are not getting out of jail. There is no bond with first-degree murder. Do you understand that?
I didn't murder anybody.
And we'll easily prove a case against you.
You can't prove anything because I didn't do it.
Yeah, we will.
Well, that's your opinion.
Man, what's wrong with all
You have
of you?
no conscience. None.
Yo,
I'm
you
not
just
evil.
shooting
You don't even know
insults
who I
at her.
am. I'm just a random girl on the street that you ambushed.
No, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
I'm not evil.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Very.
The detectives continue to remind Isabella of the consequences and telling her how terrible she is, and stating that she's the most evil he's ever sat across from, all of which hasn't got them very far. At this point, Isabella has been in the room with them for an hour. If she was in her right mind, most people would have asked for a lawyer
Long
by
time
now.
ago, and she's technically smart enough that she would have asked for that, but she's playing her game.
The conduct of both officers is unprofessional, suggesting a lack of training and an inability to conduct custodial interrogations properly. Somehow, despite their approach, they're just barely able to stay away from crossing the line into coercion, though there's enough nuance here to argue that point from both sides. More importantly, they have completely abandoned the Reed technique and its core tenet of getting
These
a
guys
confession
threw the book
through
out the
use of
window a long
empathy.
time ago.
The point of an interrogation is to be a listener and to create an open environment where the suspect can make disclosures. Even look at the table. It's cluttered and disorganized, creating an environment non-conducive to the sharing of information. Their methods of countering her denials are also interesting. It's generally sarcastic and closed off, not inviting Isabella to say more or to keep talking even in the face of having her denial dismissed.
Nah, they just want to whip her.
Everything about their actions appears intended to harass the suspect, rather than doing their best to support the dialogue necessary for a confession.
You scared the hell out of me. Because you have no conscience.
I scare the hell out of you.
Yeah, you have no conscience. You can do anything to anybody and
Can
not
you
even
do
feel
it? How do you
anything
do
about
this thing?
Isabella states that she would like a DNA test as soon as possible, and the detective performs a cheek swab.
Say, for instance, somehow we've got this all jacked up, and you are who you say you are, and we've brought the wrong person in here. How would we go about trying to prove that you are who you are? Who could we call? Who could we get in contact
There's no way I'm totally... Why would I call somebody who stabbed me with scissors?
Well, I'm asking you a
That's
question.
all I got.
Okay, can I
Gabriel
ask?
was waiting for me.
Can I ask you a question and just not have you interrupt? Because if we're making a mistake, we want to do the right thing. Okay. Why don't we start with who's your father? What's your father's name?
I don't really know. Honestly, my mom's kind of a crazy bitch and whores around a lot.
Okay.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay, so
All I know is
She
that my
said
dad's
it again.
Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example of a selective memory
Nah,
statement.
they missed
My
it.
last name is
She said
Gonzalez.
it
It's me
again.
because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay.
She
Honestly, my
hates me
mom's
because
kind
I'm
of
her
a crazy bitch and
illegitimate
whores around a
child,
lot.
right? She says, my mother likes to hoe around a lot, but she hates me because I'm her illegitimate child. Evidently, if you're her only illegitimate child, she only hoes around a little bit. But she's giving away her MO right there, why she did it. She's giving away her motive.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay, so
All I know is that my dad's Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example
She
of a
hasn't
selective
slipped up
memory
with the name.
statement. It can't exactly be refuted, but it doesn't really answer the question. This is a big nonverbal indicator that she's feeling anxious about going deeper into this line of questioning. Look at how her blinking is increased. This is a subconscious stress response. However, we can't confirm that this is because she's being deceptive, as it could just as easily be because she's being verbally attacked by 2 police officers for the past hour.
Okay, so your dad is Mexican. His last name's Gonzalez. Do you know his first name?
She wouldn't tell me.
So you don't know his first name?
No.
Have you met your father?
No.
So you never met your father?
I ran away. Gabriel don't like that.
Okay, slow down.
You
I
ran
want to get
away?
to the bottom of this. So, Gonzalez is all you know? You don't know first name?
She called me Gonzalez to prove to me that I'm not good enough to be her daughter or something.
Where's your father from?
I just know he's Mexican.
Where's he
From
from?
Mexico.
He's from Mexico? So he's from Mexico, the country Mexico?
Oh, I guess, obviously.
Isabella is showing other signs that her anxiety has increased as well, such as kicking her foot and avoiding the question. Again, we can't say she's being deceptive, but her anxiety level has increased with this topic. She's either seriously, legitimately 100% delusional, or an extremely skilled liar. It's possible that this
Both.
is something that has been said to her before, and that's why she's able to quickly push out a response. Isabella states that her mother's name is Sabrina Hicks, who lives at 2657 South Jamaica Circle in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, this address doesn't exist in the state, although 26 South Jamaica Court is located in Aurora, Colorado, right across the street from Isabella's home. But this would only be just one of her many bizarre statements to come.
What's Sabrina's birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know your mom's birthday?
I think that in this world there's got to be 2 kinds of different moms, right? I heard about that horrible woman, Casey Anthony.
Okay.
There's 2 different kinds of mothers.
Hold up. Okay, I don't have time
There's
for
a
all this.
mother who
Do you know your mother's birthday or don't you?
I don't.
Do not know.
She doesn't love me. I don't really know anything
Do
about
not
her.
know her birthday. That's
No.
a question. Don't. Okay.
No.
So your father is Gonzalez. You don't know his first name. Your
She told-
mother is Sabrina Hicks, but you don't know her birthday, and you claim they both live at this 2657 South Jamaica Circle, Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't know the zip code. How about a phone number?
They disconnected the house phone like a while ago because fucking cheap.
Cell phones?
I don't have their cell phone numbers. We don't talk to each other. That's why I ran away. It's like
Okay, where does
there's
Sabrina
not really my family. They're
where does
more like
Sabrina Hicks
roommates.
work? Maybe we can go to her work.
She works at a grocery market.
Do you know the name?
We don't talk to each other. We're like strangers. She just hates me. She looks at me like with disgust. Oh, you illegitimate child.
Right, you poor illegitimate child, you.
The detectives ask her if she has any uncles or aunts, but she supposedly doesn't know. Next, they question her about Montgomery High School, where she claims to have attended. Although this would turn out to be yet another lie. In actuality, Isabella went to Overland High School in Aurora, Colorado for a period of time before dropping out. However, it's unclear as to when she left the school and why.
What street is your high school on?
I don't know.
Well, you went to school there.
It's not that far from my house. I just
Okay,
walk.
what
I know
street's
how
it
to
on?
walk. I don't drive. I don't
What
know
street is
street
it on?
name.
Because what we can do is we can go to your school, we can have officers from Cincinnati go to your school and see if we can
Why
contact
would you
your
do all
records.
that? Why
Because
can't
we're
you
trying to
just do a DNA
disprove
test?
we're trying to disprove that you're not this person.
That's great. Do the DNA test and it'll prove everything.
Well, I'm going to have to prove it by more than one way. And the
Why?
easiest way for me to prove it is if you can put me in touch with somebody back there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I will
that
not
can-
put you in touch with the people
We
that
can send them a picture of you and
Look at what
they
she
I
did
feel
to
like
me.
this was a
I will not
joke.
put you
Like,
in
why
touch
did they waste so much time talking to this child?
with them.
I mean, I get it. She's an adult, a loopy adult, but y'all spend all this time arguing, looking for something that I'm interested to see how they get her eventually. How they get her to say whatever it is they want her to say.
If they can
If they
say,
find out
yes,
I'm
that's
here,
my
I'm gonna
daughter,
have to run away.
then you're out the door.
If they find out I am here, I'm gonna have to leave here again. I'm not trying to take another bus.
Hoping to catch her in another lie, the detectives ask if Isabella's picture would be in the Montgomery yearbook. Coincidentally, she claims to have skipped picture day.
Okay, so the high school yearbook's not going to work for this year. Did you get your picture taken when you were in 8th grade, the year before?
Pine Lane Middle School.
I'm sorry?
Her name was Pine Lane Middle School.
Pine Lane. Okay. Funny, I've heard of that one. There's a Pine Lane here in Colorado. Did you know that?
Just like there's a South Jamaican
No,
court.
it's Pine Lane Middle School. What do you think of that? Pine Lane Middle School. Same one you claim you go to
I don't go there anymore.
in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's one right here in Colorado.
Man, so what? Aren't there like a million? People are not creative with names.
Is your picture in their yearbook?
You stepped in it, shorty.
Yeah, probably somewhere. If you could find it. I don't know if you guys could have that kind of technology.
Oh, we can find it. If it exists, we can find it.
The Cincinnati police say all three of the addresses you gave us, none of them don't exist.
Maybe they don't know every single address in all of
It's
Cincinnati.
the
Ohio.
freaking
It's a big
police
city.
department. If they don't know, who knows?
Yeah, what do you want me to
Call
do?
911. Where would
I'm
they
not
go?
Isabella.
We just want you to tell the
Do you
truth.
understand how complicated you've made this?
I am not Isabella. I know you guys know that.
Not only does she have palms up here, showing lack of confidence in what she's saying, but she brings her leg back up in a barrier position.
Okay, if you're not Samantha, then who are you?
I am Samantha. I'm not Isabella. That's all that matters. I'm not a murderer. Yay, I can.
They did not trip her up with that name. Not yet. Not one time.
The problem is each lie you tell,
It's not a lie.
you got to tell another lie, and then you forget the lies you've already told, and pretty soon
What
it
do you
becomes so
mean?
confusing and
Like,
so
that's what-
overwhelming that you don't know what you said.
The detective may be referring to the liar's loop here, but he doesn't really mention having to deconflict stories or anything, just the difficulties in keeping your story straight. Although the detectives are aware that Isabella is being deceitful, they are unaware of the disturbing and shocking reason as to why the heinous crime was committed. Time would eventually tell all, but authorities could have never predicted such an unbelievable ending to the perplexing case.
Have any friends?
This address you gave is bogus.
It's
The
not
Cincinnati
bogus.
police say it's not a good address.
It's a good
Well,
address
I
in
don't know
Aurora.
what to tell you.
How do you explain that? Are you confused about the numbers? Are you confused about the name of the street?
Pretty fucking sure that's my address. Yeah, I've seen them write it down somewhere.
Yeah, that's a perfectly valid address here in the city of Aurora, which is where we're at today.
It's so obvious that I'm not her.
Really?
Yeah.
So she has the same scar you do.
Okay. It's
Merely
not the
another
same.
coincidence?
It's not the same. It's a little different. We
Merely
both
a
have scar on our
coincidence?
arm. Jeez. Do you guys believe
She
in
was
destiny?
involved in a last night where she
Do you guys believe in
brutally stabbed her
destiny?
mother
She sounds like a dumb kid.
151 times.
151 times?
In the course of that,
151 times.
in the course of that, her hands got
Holy
cut, just
fuck.
like you. Another coincidence, you say?
Holy fucking shit.
And to her, it probably didn't feel like 151 times.
You're found in a parking garage with a knife that appears to be the murder weapon.
You didn't find me
used
with a
in
knife.
this.
Don't
Another
lie.
coincidence?
You did not find me with
Is that
a
a
knife.
coincidence again?
Again, it appears that the detective is focused on being in control and having power in the interrogation room, rather than trying to work through the steps to get her to tell the truth. He's using language where he doesn't even sound sure of himself. For example, saying appears to be.
What the hell is that? You want to tell me where the hell we're...
You did not find me with a
Were
knife.
you found in
are
the parking garage
lying.
where the knife was?
Okay, the knife was somewhere
Yes,
in there.
yes, detective,
Man,
that's
you're
true.
wrong.
Yes, detective, that's
I
true.
took the wrong
Okay.
fucking shortcut, man.
After an autopsy was performed, it was discovered that Yoon Mi had actually endured 31 stab wounds to the face and 48 stab wounds to the neck, a staggering 79 in total.
I hope you catch her, but I am not her, and when you take that DNA sample out this room, it will prove that I am not her. That's all the evidence you need. If the DNA doesn't match,
We don't
you
even
can't
need your
keep
DNA
me.
to prove anything.
Yeah, you do.
No, we don't. We don't need
I
anything.
watch forensic files. You can't lie to me about
That's a
anything.
TV show, you idiot.
Oh, what do you
That's a
mean?
TV
Personal
show.
attacks.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real?
I thought
How
it
stupid are you?
I thought it was
Honest to
real.
God. How stupid are you?
It's supposed to be real.
You're gonna go off some TV show. You're gonna put your life in the hands of some goofy ass TV show.
DNA is everything.
Answer my question. Are you going to put your life in the hands of some TV show?
No,
Is that what you're going to bargain your life on? Forensic Files says that you got to have a DNA match?
Yeah.
Really? Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
She don't miss with that name shit.
It is too.
No, it isn't.
Throwing a pin is completely inappropriate.
No, he's out of
no
order
matter
all
how
over the
frustrated
place. She has no reason to tell him nothing. He's been doing nothing but trying to knock her out.
Maybe. With how the detective is yelling, cussing, and berating her, there's a chance Isabella could have a case for how verbally abusive the interrogation is.
We've been so patient with you, giving you every opportunity.
Oh my God, please do.
Oh, are you getting upset? Are you getting upset?
You would. If this happened to you.
You make me upset.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've lied. Continually over and over and over today. You've wasted our time.
You're wasting my time. I didn't.
No. Your time means nothing from this point forward. Your time is counted in minutes, hours, and days that you're going to be spent or will be spent behind bars, looking out into a prison cell.
The detectives are at their wits' end with Isabella, who appears to be in no hurry to confess the truth.
She got Buddy out of
perhaps because they've
character.
done such a horrible job with this interrogation. And as we continue with Ryan's interview, a terrifying revelation makes its way into the light, proving that Isabella may have just been a ticking time bomb, waiting to go off.
But my wife was just on pins and needles because of all that had happened around Isabella the last couple of days.
Okay. So has it seemed like things have gotten worse in the last few days between Isabella and her mom?
With what you told me, yes. With what she told me, yes.
And that's
It's gotten
what she
worse.
told you was the statement she had made?
The cursing at her and spitting in her face.
Wow.
And the email she wrote to that ended up in my wife's hands said something about you will pay or you've been cursed.
Okay. And your wife found that email today?
Today at about, I remember she showed it to me. It came in, I think, about 2:42. Something like that. Okay. Before the officers showed up.
And it was from Isabella?
From Isabella. But she marked it to a Cecilia. It was kind of funny. She sent it to my wife, but she made it out to a Cecilia.
Ryan states that neither he nor his wife knew anyone by the name of Cecilia, but Yoon-mi was absolutely horrified by the disturbing email.
What's your impression of her as a...
She is very hot-tempered.
Hot-tempered, okay.
Very hot-tempered.
She's probably whooped his ass a couple of times.
And she runs her mouth like crazy. F you, F this, F that. She seems very depressed, I would have to say. She seems horribly depressed about her life and blames her mom for her misery. The only thing I can say is over the past couple weeks, Isabella has been very angry with her mom. Just a lot of anger. A lot of cussing, cursing, just a lot of anger.
Has something prompted that as far as you know of?
Well, I mean, sometimes my wife she's pretty strong-minded, and she would tell Isabella, no, you shut up, you get out. Or, it would go back and forth like that. So I'm sure Isabella took those things to heart.
Ryan recalls the previous incident he had with
Somebody
Isabella
just
that
made
provides a
loose outside.
glimpse into just how quickly her temper could flare. Around 5 years ago, Isabella went down to the basement of the home to retrieve a fan that belonged to Ryan. When he didn't let her take the item, she supposedly retaliated with violence and allegedly punched Ryan in the
Told you.
face.
She been whooping his ass.
Interestingly, Isabella is presenting as the complete opposite in the interrogation to how she's described by Ryan. But Isabella's reign of terror would not end here, as there was something much more sinister that would inevitably unleash itself in the most sickening way possible.
You committed a heinous... Okay, you're going to go to prison for that.
No.
You're not getting out of jail anytime soon.
No.
Okay? And the fact that you can sit there with that stupid goddamn look on your face
This
makes me
guy's
sick.
busted up
It
already.
makes me physically...
She broke him. That's it. She achieved her objective of breaking this guy. This guy he fell apart already.
Please sick to look
do
at
the
you.
DNA test that will prove me right.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Why are you
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I haven't done anything to you.
You've come in here tried to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
What do you mean?
You're putting your life in your hands today, my friend.
I'm putting
Think
my
about
life in
it.
my hands. That doesn't make any sense. Stabbing someone 151 times takes a long time. Wouldn't the police come before, like, whoever did it with
79?
Isabella, please.
How long,
Okay?
how long does
Do
it
you
take?
think we're stupid?
I'm not Isabella.
Do you think we're stupid?
I am not Isabella.
Do you? Answer my
No.
question.
I don't think...
Do him and I look stupid?
I'm not insulting you.
Do we look stupid?
No.
Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe your story? Do you think we believe
like it? No.
No, we don't believe your story. What does that tell you? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
You haven't yet, bro?
You are a cold-blooded killer, and you're going to go to prison.
Oh, it's his turn.
Man, you can't send somebody to prison if the DNA test doesn't match.
Why is she so sure of
You know
DNA?
that.
Like I said, we don't
What
even
does she
need DNA
think
to
she
prove
knows
this
about
case.
Yeah, you
DNA?
do.
No, we don't.
DNA is everything. You can't say, oh, this girl murdered somebody and we found another girl in a
There was
similar
an
location
eyewitness.
that looks similar to her, so we're going to blame her because we can't find her. And we look bad because we can't find the murderer of this woman, so we're going to blame it on an innocent person, a little girl who still has her whole life ahead of her.
No,
You're going to ruin
you don't
my
have your
life?
life in front of you.
You're going to ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy
Your
bitch who
life
looks like me.
ended last night when you
No,
walked
I
out of that,
didn't.
when you walked into that bed.
I did
bathroom.
not
Let me
kill
finish.
anybody.
While stating, I did not kill anybody, she awkwardly rubs her chin. And then her following hand motions don't match up with her words. This is a red flag that her anxiety is showing, and her brain is not matching up with her statements.
I went from 0 to 250K in
Shut
sales
up.
within my first year with Etsy and print on to me.
Your life ended last night when you decided you'll kill your mother. Because everything you do from now on is what the police and the government tell you to do.
This is all on camera, right? The United
Yeah.
States does have some sort
It's
of...
right there.
This is not Who Framed Roger Rabbit, okay? The DNA is not going to come back and match because we're not the same person. Nobody's trying to frame me or anything. You got the wrong girl. You made a genuine mistake. People make mistakes. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Isabella is turning the tables, now minimizing what she claims to be his mistake. Perhaps Forensic Files prepares people better for
Damn.
interrogation than some police departments.
She got it all figured
It's
out.
interesting to note that the officer appears to have corporal stripes on his left sleeve, yet he looks to be of at least middle age or older. For someone of that age to not have risen above that rank can speak silent volumes.
If I knew somebody killed their mother or stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case
What did he
is
say
far
to earlier? He said
age
this
to not
dude's a
have risen
loser.
above that rank can speak silent volumes.
He's trash.
If I knew somebody killed their mother or stabbed him 151 times, I'd be out to get him too.
The detective is speechless, but no matter what Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case is far from over, and a most shocking revelation will soon make its way into the light, flipping the investigation straight on its head.
You keep making random accusations, but
Oh, I'm
if
not
the
making
DNA
random accusations about
if the
nothing.
DNA
I'm accusing
doesn't
you of killing
match-
your mother.
if the DNA doesn't match, you can't keep me here, and
You
it will
stabbed
not
your mother
match.
to death.
It will not match. This girl stabbed her mother to death. She is not me.
That's you.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. And I'm really fucking angry that you ruined my fucking shitty day and made it even worse.
Well, welcome to the rest of your fucking life.
You guys are really mean.
They want to
Yeah.
fight that little girl.
No, we're not. We still like being lied to.
I'm not lying to you. And you know it too.
Oh, really?
Three goofballs
The
locked in a room
detectives inform
together.
Isabella that they're going to have someone come to the station to identify her, but she responds, stating that she wishes to see her boyfriend Gabriel. However, they disregard her request.
What are you worried about last night?
Because I want to know where you spent the night.
In a fucking park.
In a park with a little red slide. I got all that. Someplace in Denver, but you know what street you're on?
No. I don't even know the fucking streets in Ohio. This place is even more confusing.
Let's get all mad about it. I
Why?
thought I asked.
Yo, this
I'm
guy's an
mad.
18-year-old girl. These cops are 18-year-old girls.
Someone did this to you. That's a terrible thing to do.
What is?
Accusing the wrong person and pointing a gun at him.
I didn't point a gun at
Gabriel
you.
is still waiting for me. I know.
He didn't point a gun at you.
Some bunch of other men did. Like 5 men just out of nowhere. Get down on the ground or we're gonna shoot you. We're gonna tase you. Do you realize how terrified I was?
Have you ever had guns pointed at you before by the police?
No. This is the fucking scariest day of my fucking life.
Scariest day of your life. Okay.
Having your mom hurt you is one thing. Having the police confront you with guns and saying they're gonna tase you and you're a fucking murderer, you did this, you did that, you stabbed a bitch 151 times. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. To think that I might, or you would even consider sending the wrong person to jail.
Isabella shows a bit of doubt here, stating to think that I might. For a moment here, there's a glimpse into her wondering if her world is real. Whatever her brain has done to protect her from the trauma of the terrible thing that she has done, she's doubting it now and almost lets it slip. However, she cuts the sentence off and holds on tighter to her delusions to avoid facing what she's done.
Hey, it's Vaughn from the Gospel University. Listen, are you tired of playing hymns and songs in this kind of basic way?
We would never call anybody that got stabbed 151 times a bitch. We never said that.
That was your
I was calling her a bitch. Isabella.
Hmm?
Are you confused?
A little.
Damn.
You
I'm
said
confused
stabbed
too.
a bitch 151 times was your statement.
Understand.
That was your statement.
I'm so upset. I don't understand this shit. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just
she
fucking
slipped
saying
up.
shit backwards. I don't know. This is a really bad day.
Isabella claims to have run away from her home in Ohio, where she took a bus to Colorado. Not only that, but her supposed boyfriend Gabriel is apparently waiting for her at the French Quarter apartment complex as they speak. Once again, the detectives aren't entertained, and instead bring Robert, Isabella's father, into the interrogation room.
Who's that? That's my baby.
Okay. Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come on back out here for a second. Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella. What's her last name?
Guzman.
Isabella Guzman. Okay. This photograph here. Is that photograph? Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your daughter here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll sit back.
Jig is up, girl.
Come back for the phone. Okay.
Enough with the back and forth.
Is he insane? Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom?
Yo, she just diagnosed herself.
Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom? My name is Samantha. Who's that man?
It's impossible to know if Isabella is delusional or if she knows she's making stuff up and lying.
She knows she would have moved
However,
a lot
if
quicker
someone
than
is
that.
faking, they will break the lie, especially an adolescent. They just can't keep it up that long. It may be hard to believe, but the chances
She's eating
are
the
that
chip,
she's
though, in the
really
middle.
this delusional.
Could be.
So
She's
we're
eating
all
the
hiding
chip.
and that man's insane? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. He probably is insane. Why don't you do more research on this fucking girl?
Do you think that it was just a coincidence, another coincidence that that gentleman came down here tonight?
I'm not Isabella. I am
Okay.
Samantha.
Isabella, that's your father. Okay? He's your biological father. We know that. That's the
That's
reason.
Isabella's dad. I'm not Isabella.
Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella. My name is
That's the reason
Samantha.
we asked him to come down here. Okay? Like I told you, we were trying to do everything in our power to verify who you are. Okay?
You know what?
This whole thing with Samantha, I
It
think,
seems like
can go
total
out the
sense to
window
me. It
because
seems like total sense to me that a girl who stabbed her mom 151 times probably has a completely mentally ill family. And he probably thinks that I'm her or something because we look similar. Man, you're making my life hell.
really,
Yes. Please.
that's your big concern right
Take
now.
me to
Is
French Quarter so I can see Gabriel.
that's your big concern is how your life is.
Yes.
Do you not have
He
any?
is not my father.
Do you not have any concern for how his life is?
No, who the fuck is he? His fucking problems are not my own.
Okay. Do you not have any concern for
That's my baby.
mother?
God, do you know how creepy that is?
Do you not have any concern about that?
What's your baby?
I think that's really fucking terrible. Creepy that is?
Concern for
That's my baby.
mother.
God, you know how creepy that is?
You're not having concern
That's what
about
he
that?
said. That's my baby.
I think that's really fucking terrible. Yeah. You should never
Your
kill
only
your
concern is about you. Through this whole
This is
thing.
my life. My life. Her life is not connected with mine. Why the fuck do we have to
We've been
look
trying to
alike?
tell you all along that this is about your life, because this is about your life. This is an opportunity for you to try to make sense, or help us make sense, of what happened last night.
Isabella once again tries to reason with the detectives, but what she fails to understand is that she's only digging herself into a deeper hole.
Yeah, you seem like a nice person who made a genuine mistake. I'm not mad at you. Please just do the DNA test.
Listen to me. You have no business judging me. Okay?
What do you mean?
Do not judge me. Do not tell me I'm a nice person.
He is not my dad.
Do not tell me anything like that that makes me mad. Okay? We're doing everything we can to try to give you an opportunity. If you continue to just sit here and dick us around, I think we're done being pleasant. Yeah. Life is hard.
They should have just locked her ass up.
Typically,
They
when
should have locked her ass up a long time ago.
a detective mentions an opportunity, they then expand on this by showing what this opportunity is going to do for her. However, they don't do that with Isabella, essentially never giving her a good reason to confess.
What we know is that's your father.
That's
He
not my
walked into this
father.
room and
That's
he
not my
identified you.
father. Ah, this can't be happening to me. No, I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life after this. No, please. Take me back to Gabriel.
I think you're going to feel a whole lot better if you just tell us what happened.
This may be the first time the detectives
broke.
display a more professional attitude.
Forget
Get
them.
this
She
off your
fell
chest,
apart
give you
right
an
there.
opportunity to feel better about what you
hate this
did.
Isabella bitch. She's ruining my whole fucking life. Just say,
Isabella, there's more people we could bring
stop
in.
calling me Isabella.
So
You bring your
defense
boyfriend in?
mechanism of
What
bullshit.
We could bring your
What
stepfather in.
boyfriend?
Oh, we know their names. We've talked to them.
In reality, Isabella's supposed boyfriend Gabriel would turn out to be a complete fabrication. However, Isabella
loved
did
that
have
fool.
a boyfriend, or an ex for that matter. Detectives sat down with 22-year-old Ilya Abramov, also known as Tony, who was just as shocked at the horrific crime. But what authorities didn't expect was that the young man may have been concealing a secret of his own.
Yeah, they probably
that
pillow
also
talked.
involved 18-year-old Isabella. Apparently, their
They probably pillow talked about that. About whatever she was going to do.
relationship ended over a week before Yunmi's death, after 3 years together. But that wouldn't be the last of their encounters. Tony states that a couple days before August 28th, he returned to Isabella's house to drop off some of her belongings. However, when Isabella opened the door, she was furious and tried to attack him with a golf club, though it's unclear if Tony was injured. Apparently, the couple had parted ways because Isabella believed that Tony was cheating on her with their friend, Kathy. Though he asserts that this never happened, Isabella was enraged.
Okay, so did you go to the house on the day that this happened? Wednesday. You weren't there at all that day? Somebody saw you there that day. Her stepdad said you came by the house, walked in the house, and went upstairs and had to get some stuff.
Oh yeah, I grabbed my stuff from the closet. I
Okay,
didn't
so
see her,
So you were there that day?
but I didn't see
You
her.
didn't see her. Where was she at?
I don't know.
Okay. So when you go to the house that day, what time is it when you go there then?
I think it was around 5.
So 5 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Tony says that he tried to call Isabella. When he didn't receive an answer, he walked in the house. He remembers seeing Ryan, but they didn't speak to each other. Tony made his way to Isabella's room, grabbed some of his clothes, and left the house, all without seeing his ex-girlfriend. But there may be more to the story than he's letting on.
Why do you want to come into the police station and start lying to the detectives? Ilya, what's your deal? You went to her house twice that day. You went in the morning, she chased you away with a golf club, and then you went back that afternoon.
Tony has just confessed to another lie, where he had previously stated that his violent interaction with Isabella happened prior to the day of the killing. Now the detective is more suspicious than ever.
So maybe he helped
But the
to
topic
keep
of
that door
conversation
closed.
suddenly shifts to Isabella and her home life, where Tony divulges some shocking information. Apparently, Isabella had at one point mentioned to Tony that Yunmi allegedly tried to poison her, along with their dogs. She apparently became very sick after eating something from the fridge, and claimed she'd smelled an odor of bleach emanating from the dog's water bowl. Although these accusations have never been confirmed, Tony confesses that he has never witnessed a physical altercation between Isabella and her family members, but rather verbal arguments between she and her mom. And last but most disturbing, Isabella supposedly disclosed another alleged incident where Yunmi apparently poked herself in the back of her head with scissors, reportedly stating that she wished for she and Isabella to die together. But the detective is
So it's a whole house of Looney Tunes.
buying the claims and continues his efforts to untangle the web of lies, although poorly.
Yeah, that's the really bad part for you is you just turned 18 a few months ago, so you gotta go to prison forever.
Yeah, she fucking Isabella. Stop calling me Isabella, please.
Isabella has completely shut down. She's closed off and as close to the fetal position as she can get while staying in her chair. Her level of anxiety at this point is astronomical.
Don't bring that crazy man back in here, please. So what's the deal? Why the fuck did that guy say that he's my father?
Really? Come on now. You know why. He is your father.
You? No.
He's sitting in the next room over here, okay? And he's in tears because he wants to know what the hell is going on with his kid.
That's not my problem, that's his.
Okay? Well, yeah, I guess when you're just a selfish, callous, heartless person like yourself,
Why are you
you would
insulting
have no feelings whatsoever for your own
Why are
father.
you insulting me?
Clearly, you had no feelings for your own mother. So I don't know why I would be at all surprised by your
Not
demeanor.
Isabella.
But yeah, he's wondering why his own daughter, his own
taking
flesh and
notice.
blood would
And always
act
have
that
been.
way. But you know, I just found out
Always
something
will be.
different. You want to hear what I found out?
What?
Okay. You were at H Mart today?
Oh, bloodied up.
Yes?
Yes, I'm fucking Asian market. I stopped by there on the way because I needed fucking pads.
Can you sit up, please, so I can hear you? Stop talking into your knees.
I stopped by there because I needed some fucking pads. I was hoping somebody would be nice enough to let me borrow them, and she actually bought me some shit.
Okay, she bought you those clothing items right there?
She didn't buy me clothing. The clothes are fucking mine. She bought me the fucking pads and the underwear.
The detectives are in possession of more information than Isabella is aware of, yet she continues to lie. That
Tony
is,
rat her
until
out?
the truth is staring her right in the face.
Funny thing just happened. Somebody called the police department from the H Mart. Guess what? They got video down there. Guess what's on that video?
Me and H Mart because I told you I
Yeah,
was
you
there.
and H Mart.
Because I was there.
Okay. What'd you tell those people down there at H Mart happened to you?
That I ran away.
No. There's something else. You told them something else about you.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Just keeps getting worse and worse.
Sit up. Don't talk into your knees. It's disrespectful. What did you tell them?
Told him the same shit I told you.
No, you told them something else too.
Okay, you know what? I told you the truth about who I am because I have to. You are the police. I'm not required to tell the truth about my life to anyone else. Okay?
What? Let me ask you a question.
What?
When you went into H Mart today, were you covered in blood?
No.
Oh, yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You're on the video. You went into H Mart and you told them that somebody tried to sexually assault you.
Because I have bleeding hands. And they asked what happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have blood all over my hands, yeah, kind of. I never really got the chance to clean it. I left in such a hurry. They gave me some proper Neosporin and shit. I did tell them something because I needed help, yes. I'm not gonna lie. But I did not tell them about my family and my mom, okay? I did tell them someone tried to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't want them to know all about my family. They're not the police. I didn't have to tell them who I am, I just needed help. I'm ashamed of who I am. It's better to be the victim to the abused, beaten girl.
You might think you know
Yo.
Snapchat, but do you really? Here's 3 things that you might not know about Snapchat ads. Did you know that 9...
Yes, I lied to them, okay? But I have not lied to you.
That's not the story you told us when you sat down here and we asked you about these bags and where you got them and the circumstances.
Clothes are mine.
That's not the story you told us.
The pads they got for me. And they gave me proper bandages.
Yeah, that's
And
not
some
the story you told us, okay? Plain and simple, it's not. You told us something completely different,
I'm just scared of them.
didn't you? You told us something completely different. Because you lied, right?
I haven't lied.
Yes, you did. That's a
I
lie.
just do the DNA test. It will prove everything. And then I can be happy for the first time in my life. That's all I've ever wanted. I wanted true love like I want in my books.
The
There it
detectives then
is.
confront her with yet another
Disney and books lying to these little girls.
piece of evidence, where they explain that the H-Mart video camera shows a bloody Isabella walking into the bathroom. When they checked the contents of the room, they found clothing and bandages, all with large amounts of blood. Isabella only responds by saying that she's being framed for the horrific crime.
Stop acting like a victim.
I am a victim.
No, you're not. You're not a victim of anything. The man who's sitting in the room next door who came in here and identified you
He must be
as,
crazy.
as your father is a victim.
He must be crazy.
It would have made more sense that instead of saying she's not a victim, they could have played into her saying she was mistreated by her mom to minimize the crime and make it less morally reprehensible, and
They didn't
therefore
do
more
that. They did
likely
it
that she
once for
confesses.
5 seconds.
That's the only answer I can think
Your
of.
stepfather, Ryan, is a victim.
He must be crazy.
Your mother, who is now lying
None of
down in
those
the
people
coroner's
are my
office in
family
Arapahoe
members.
County.
I don't understand how you think I'm her. It's obviously not her.
No, we're not even going there anymore. It's not, we're not debating the fact that it's not you. We just want to know why you did it.
That's not up for argument.
I can't go to prison.
You're going to prison.
No.
Yeah.
It really seems as
They
though
coulda
they
broke
think
her a
they
long
can just
time ago.
bully her into confessing.
I didn't do it.
You did a horrible thing. We want to know why.
Isabella did a horrible thing. Stop calling me her name.
The detectives once again question Isabella about the reason behind such a gruesome act of violence.
How long had you been planning
She
to
hated
stab your
her
mother and kill her?
legitimate daughter.
Was it something that just cropped up, or were you planning on doing it for a while?
You. I really hope you fucking find Isabella.
Did your mother say anything to you?
I hope I don't fucking end
when
up
you
in
started
prison and then
attacking
you
her?
find Isabella instead. I'm like, oh, we're sorry, Samantha. We found him.
We've given you all
I
the
thought my life was going
opportunities.
to be better when I ran away. I guess that's only going to get worse. I'll probably get fucked in prison too because I'm pretty.
Isabella has said multiple times how pretty she is, and this could be a sign of her having narcissistic tendencies. However, it's just as interesting that she switches to show anger and aggression here. When she realizes she's not going to get away and that her story isn't going to work, she starts acting like the Isabella that her stepdad described. It makes you wonder about the veracity of her delusions.
I don't think you're pretty.
That's mean.
I don't think you are either.
Isabella turns her body towards the corner of the room and begins to cry. Likely not for her deceased mother, but rather the fact that she cannot escape the ensuing
They cracked her
consequences.
with lunchroom bullying.
It's going to be dark soon. When the DNA test going to come back? I don't want to walk around in the dark.
You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere.
Man, fuck you.
Well, that's the way it's going to be.
We're gonna have the jail nurse come over, have a look at the wounds, and then we'll be able to talk from there.
She's probably have to go to the hospital. She's probably in that one.
Yeah, we're just trying to make
You're not going
save
to
a
fucking
step.
jail.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry?
You're not going to fucking jail unless you fucking Photoshop my fucking eyes.
Okay.
What?
Good skill
Do you see her fucking face? She has fucking brown eyes.
Okay.
Fucking hate you fucking people. Oh, you people fucking suck.
Yeah, she put
And that
the
bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit and she's gonna go kill
the veil has fallen. Now we get to see everyday Isabella.
somebody else. Fucking hate you fucking people. Oh, you people fucking suck. And that bitch is probably fucking crazy as shit and she's gonna go kill somebody else. At least we can take some happiness in that.
Why do you think I was being happy?
I'm going to die. At least you're fucking going down with me.
Alrighty. Can you stand up for me? This is for the, we're gonna go over to the hospital and get your hands stitched up, okay?
Yeah, that's for the jail.
Why?
Cause we're gonna get your hands stitched up. Both of them. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? Why are... Ow, ow, ow. That's where I stabbed.
Okay, hang on. Just relax.
What's taking the fucking DNA test so long?
Because it hasn't been 6 to 8 months yet, like I told you.
I hate you.
I know. I
My
suck.
name is Samantha.
Right to the end, Isabella refuses to acknowledge her real identity, though there may be an explanation behind her sheer roller coaster of a story.
Defense.
After being charged with the first-degree murder of her own mother, authorities still had one unanswered question: why? But they would have their long-awaited reasons soon enough. As it turns out, Isabella was suffering from schizophrenia, where she experienced delusions for years. But in a shocking revelation, the teenager was supposedly hearing voices and asserted that Yoon Mi was not her mother, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Had she not taken Cecilia's life, Isabella believed that the world would come to an end. Because of this, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and transported to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo. However, in 2020, 7 years after the brutal killing, Isabella claimed that she was ready to be released, stating, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health." In 2021, she was granted permission to leave the facility for therapy, in which she must wear a GPS tracker. However, there's no telling when or if she will ever be permanently released, or if her visits outside the facility will be limited only to therapy sessions.
Wow.
You're going.
What do we see there? Did we see... Did we see a schizophrenic, not in control of her own faculties, person that needs to be in a hospital? Or did we see a cold-blooded mastermind killer in action break 2 adult cops and get herself put in a hospital with movement? I can't believe it, boy. I didn't see coming. I thought she was going to jail. She definitely won. Damn. Oh, man. 3 hots in a cot. She probably gets visitations. Now she got movement. Yo. Damn. I don't know. Yeah, that was like that's 7. The Brad Pitt joint, 7. Woo. That was crazy. All right. We had a long one. I'm gonna get my ass out of here. Hope you're having a good day. Holla if anything. Sheesh, she got away with murder. And probably now I want to know what the boyfriend's involvement was. Damn, that shit was nuts. All right, I'm out of here. It's us until it's us, cause I'm gonna keep grinding it out, put some shit out there, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.